leaned in, take your best shot. So many options of what life's brought. You always walked around with a smile. So many loved you, so many cared. So many miss you, your moments we share. The questions forgot I'll have in a while. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back spinning to the time when we were playing pool. Back spinning to the time when we talked about ruling the world. Yeah, back spinning to the time when I walked in a club and seen you smile. 'Cause if I was feeling down, you were there to ease the pain for a little while. Some say that you are gone, but I can't believe I still feel your heart on my sleeve. Am I really required to let you go? And I can still feel you within my bones. Our love and memories don't feel that old. I'm not ready to let you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Back spinning to the time when we were playing pool. Back spinning to the time when we talked about ruling the world. Yeah, back spinning to the time when I walked in a club and seen you smile. 'Cause if I was feeling down, you were there to ease the pain for a little while. So many thoughts and moments yet not lived. So many games, yeah, we're yet to play. And I know I'll find you in a little while. My friend, I miss you today. After every storm comes a sunny day. Oh, a sunny day. Time when we were playing pool. Back spinning to the time when we talked about ruling the world. Yeah, back spinning to the time when I walked in a club and seen you smile. 'Cause if I was feeling down, you were there to ease the pain for a little. For a little, little while.
Happy Friday! And unfortunately for us, it's a happy snowy Friday. We weren't supposed to get nailed with a storm until Monday, but here we are. And of course, who knows how much we'll get, you know. That's what's great about the state of New York. They say we could end up with an inch. Sometimes we end up with 4 feet. It's always a surprise. And I mean, Monday and Tuesday are supposed to get 8 to 12. So, and it's still snowing like crazy. So, what's up, yo, rooster?
What do you mean, Grandmama?
Okay, Grandpapa Rooster.
I have to go visit someone at 10 and I'll be back to your stream afterwards.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yep.
Well, you better tell Dave he better be on my panel before you leave.
I can't tell him. I don't know what he's doing. What does Brandon mean? Your stream's gonna get bombed or something? What do you mean by that?
He Backwoods Misfit got bombed, so I'm assuming corn bombed.
Really?
That's what I'm assuming. And you're lucky I didn't hide Nightbot because.
So how? What does that mean? What does that mean though? What do you mean by he got trolled real bad?
Well, it was probably somebody pretending to be somebody else and authenticated with that. Oh, swear words.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
see, that's why, Brandon, that's why I got a hammer, not a wrench.
Swear words. Okay. Oh, come
Was
home.
it somebody he knew, Brandon? I haven't been over there, and right now I have guest mode on because of last night. And of course, my buddy Ryan can't come up if he wants to.
I don't. When you're a live stream, like I don't go over his channel that much. But if I do, I'm not one of the mods over there, so I don't go over there that much. I would stop over. He came over my channel one day, but
You pop in here sometimes when he's live and say hey and
yeah,
what.
it's too bad that happened to him though.
Well, that's why, God forbid, something like that happened with my monetization on. That quickly goes off, and the stream will be either deleted or put private.
Hey Bernie, how you doing? Good evening, Bernie. How you doing?
I need a black turkey.
A black turkey?
Yeah, so I can cross it with our white turkey, so then we can have black and white turkeys.
Huh.
Maybe we'd get one striped like a skunk. Okay, so question. Should I candle the eggs live or do a video? What's up, Alice? How you doing?
Well, what do you think would be best? You think best to be live, or it's up to you? You're the host, so what do you think would be best for you?
Well, the only reason why I was pondering doing it live, is because then everybody can physically see them moving in the eggs,
Okay.
and I can hold it like close.
Okay.
Where people, like I could pick an egg or two out.
Right.
There's a baby in,
Mm-hmm.
and show it up on my live.
Hmm.
And then do a video of them. Ah, my troublemaker. See, I mentioned his name and he knows I need him and he comes right in. See that? See how that works?
I had to come and visit you, Tosh. You can't start coming over here to your live stream. I have to visit you.
So yeah, I was thinking of,
Anyway,
I know a couple
We'll be
eggs.
back 10 o'clock to talk to someone.
huh?
I'll be back. I'll be
Okay.
going on another stream talking to a friend about my situation.
Oh, I'll keep her company. Okay, I'll stay here.
I'll be back afterwards. I'll return afterwards.
Okay, I'll be here with her anyway. I ain't really going nowhere.
You better be.
That shooting carbon machine, I like to shoot it. Kind of thing.
But
You
oh
know
my
what?
God, what
I
a hurry around today.
remember one time she said to me, she goes, "You don't come to my live stream, I'm gonna get you." You know, she said something. I started
So
laughing.
what happened, Grandmama, today?
What happened?
Well,
But
I know George is lurking and listening, so we had to wait for Mr. Pokey to get here. So then it
Uh-oh.
was a decision, okay, do we go to Gloversville, Cobleskill, or Amsterdam? And George's like, well, kind of wanted to go to Harbor Freight. And I said, okay, we'll go to Amsterdam. So we'll go to Harbor Freight first, and we walked around in there,
Okay.
me, him, and Mom. And then we went to Tractor Supply and seen what kind of birds they have in there. I mean, they have some really nice Brahmas. Yeah,
Yeah.
to get.
oh, shit.
I'd love actually to buy 6 and hope one's a rooster,
Mm.
because then I would take Henry out and cross our females with the Brahma. Because Brahmas are bigger than our birds and they're hardier. Like, would you sit down and stop worrying about smelling the hamburger over there? So then Mom was getting tired walking when we got to Walmart, so she'd riding around in the little cart,
Looking right at her. Yeah.
and I'm like, I said, I'll find you. I said, I'm gonna run around, quick as I can and go get my stuff and whatnot. So I found her, and we couldn't find George. But George left his phone home
Oh, shit.
or here in his truck. So I'm in the store. I'm like, George, yelling for him. And then of course I got the phone, it was snowing like an MF, and it's still snowing like an MF. What's up, Rich?
How
Hey,
you doing?
Rich. What's up, Rich?
I just don't want
Good
this
on.
thing
Hey,
snowing.
Rick.
Let me just carry on. Carry on. You're telling a story.
So
Screen, huh?
get all of that, and then finally Mom finds George. But I guess George went outside like 3 times or whatever, maybe looking for us, because he forgot his phone here. So Amsterdam, I'm not prejudiced, but it's filled with a bunch of Spanish-speaking people. So if I yelled Jorge, I would probably have 20 people coming, at least. What's up, John Paul?
So what are you doing, Rich? Messing around with the screens again, man, or what?
No, I'm Oh yeah, that's more regular than what like a fire.
Oh, he's doing something funny, you Rich.
Always
Hold
done
on,
some-
hold on.
Oh my God.
I missed that last night, Wayne.
Oh my God. You're gonna...
Oh,
Look, he's burning up. Look at him.
yeah, smash that like button. Yeah. Then this one's for the queens. It's all like cute, you know.
Oh yeah.
I guess you can sit here.
Oh, how's Judy's knee doing?
It's okay. She's still a little tender. She's not. She's feeling a little off today. She's saying, but yeah, her knees. She doesn't. I don't know. She hasn't mentioned much about it, which is kind of neat. Whoa. Yeah. So.
Hey, Rich, you stretching out, man. You keep coming back and forth. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm just exploding. CFM explodes.
Doing his exercises for today.
Yeah.
You
doing my
get
crunches.
up too close to the screen, you bang your head on, you get on the floor, going, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I've just started doing it. I was looking it up and like figuring out how to make slideshows and moving active videos, while you're on a screen, so to speak. So I've been making my way through the list. Oh, there's Rebecca.
Hey,
Rebecca.
How you doing, Mr. Beck?
hi everyone.
Hello,
How you
Rebecca.
doing, sweetheart? We haven't had a chance to personally say thank you to you for the hats that were sent through.
You did in your chat.
We did in the chat, and then what I did as well is I put a timestamp on the video so that others can see with your channel name and stuff like that for the description. So when people now go to the live stream, it'll show a bunch of chapters, and it'll show mail gifting from special thanks for and it shows both yours and Ashley's channels in there. So I mean, it's crazy because when it was done being streamed, I think it was at 700 and something views, and overnight and carrying on throughout the day and stuff, it still hit over 120 or 130 views after being streamed. So, I'm not sure if the timestamps help, but yeah, we thought that it would be cool. So if people wanted to go back or look at different moments of things like where they were involved in the video, that they could. So hopefully it works. But I will be sharing pictures and stuff with the hats on the community post. It's just how I've been doing it is like on my community post. So for the next week, there'll be the artist and then the the mail gift from both you and Ashley. So I'm working my way through the music artist, and I gave the artist, I've been giving them 24 hours. So when I share them on my wall, I give it 24 hours. And then the same thing for the next artist. So when I do the mail gift with you on the wall, it'll be up there for 24 hours so that there'll be at least a 24-hour turnaround that everybody in the time zones around the world will be able to at least get a chance to see that post before I put another one out in front of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's kind of how I work my community post. Slow, but methodical, so to speak. But yeah.
I was so happy when Ashley told me that you guys had gotten the box. She had texted me, and I was like, "Good." It just surprised me that it was
really
Judy's
cool.
birthday, and you guys were going to be opening them then.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that when I was on there and I couldn't chat because I was driving a vehicle. When you guys asked if
I think, yeah, I remember. I do remember you saying that.
If I was still in there, and I was like, I can't say this. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. I was just trying to hold it all together and still run everything in the background while playing music, and being heard. It was tough because the microphone we were using, it's meant directionally on it or kind of close to it. It's great, but if you step far away from it and try and talk, you become very, very quiet. It's not like a big room mic, right?
Yes.
So, but it went well. It went really good. I was happy to see everybody drop in and say hi to her. It was fun. It was a fun time. I know she loved it.
It was great.
There's some good artists.
Because it was like I had my radio off and I was just listening to the artists sing, and it was so great.
Oh man, they were very good singers. Yeah. Yeah, I was when I let them go. I let the girls go first and worked from left to right around in a circle. And I'm telling you, after the first two girls sang, I'm going, oh my Lord, what do I do here? Like, how am I going to even like, the one girl was amazing. She was really good. I want to, what was it? For the sake of me not being on, I know there's Julia's Originals, and then what's the other one? The other artist. Tasha has it on her wall, too. Is Julia Originals? Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. FJ channel, that's it. Yeah, the FJ channel. The FJ channel, she was the one there. And then El Sanchez. I think, Tasha put a playlist, I think, with them on her wall and shared it on her community post, if I'm not mistaken. So what else is going on? What are you working on now, Rebecca?
Well, when my sister passed away in 2021, her husband finally, my brother-in-law, asked me to come over and get her stuff, some of her stuff, and some of the pants that she had kept putting on weight. Now we know why. So I've got some of her jeans and stuff, and she had, because she was shorter than me, she had sewn this together, to make it shorter, and it wasn't long enough for my legs.
Okay.
I was ripping it back out.
Okay.
Lengthening it back out.
So let me see. What is it? Sorry, just for this.
It's a pair of jeans that she had sewn.
Oh, I see. Okay, to
shorter,
hem
so
them. Yeah.
I was lengthening them back out because I'm tall. I was taller than her.
Okay.
You know?
What do they call that? I think there's a. What do you call them when they do that? Is it hem them? Hem them? What do you call
Yeah,
it?
she hemmed them.
Yeah, hem them. That's it. Yeah.
But if you look at it, you can tell she's had this hemmed for a long time because you see the fading
the salt
here
mark,
and
yeah.
no fading down there.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
See, when I was a kid, I'd get like a marker. Like say, with jeans and stuff, if I had like a stain or something, I'd literally use a black marker at school, or a marker. I usually use black jeans, and I would just use the permanent, and I'd just go right over the stain with a black marker. It was great. It looked brand new again. That was pretty funny. Eventually, you just draw over them. That's pretty neat.
I had to call my mom too because Jamie, where the DC is, it's past his house a little bit.
Yeah.
And with the snow coming down so bad, the roads are horrid.
Man.
And he was going to go home, and I said, with his brakes being kind of grindy, I definitely would not trust driving his pickup truck going home.
Yeah.
Jamie put the car in low.
Oh, shoot. It's crazy. I don't know how. I don't look outside. Like, I know Judy said it was snowing. I've been looking out everywhere, like on the weather, and they're calling for a blizzard and everything. So, from what I'm hearing everywhere, there's snow in a lot of places. Where it is snowing, it's snowing hard.
We haven't got any forecasts.
Get any of this.
We haven't got any forecasts for any snow here.
No. I'm not sure
It
how
doesn't
much.
mean it's not coming.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
4 to 8 tonight. And then Monday night, 5 to 8. And then Tuesday during the day, another 5 to 8. So we're going to get.
Holy, is that inches? That's inches, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we work at 7 years.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I really thought it was great when Ashley told me that she had your address, and I'm like, okay, why hasn't he sent me his address? But it wasn't meant to be, and we just put them together, help each other out.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got this up in the house.
That's a great top you got on.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah. I wonder whose design that is.
That's super cool, man.
That is cool.
I'm liking that.
I'm a super cool dude.
Yeah, it's freaking. Look at this shirt. Look at the shirt she has, hon.
Didn't you see?
She will in a sec. See that? Yeah, I'm gonna bigify this. No, look right here.
That is great.
You should see the guy who made it. The guy who made it for us, even.
Yeah, he's even cooler, man.
She starts laughing. She clued in. I was just trying to fool her. She's like waiting for. Wait a second. Who? Yeah. Yeah.
This one was done through something. I sent it to them and told them how I wanted it. And then Mom ordered all of us one of my channel shirts.
Yeah.
But I got to go back in my bonfire and switch some some of them and take the red background off,
Okay.
so it's like more like that.
Yeah. Well, it works out better that way. It looks nicer in the gray. It's like it pops out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's nice.
I don't
That's
know
cool.
if I put this button back or if it's in my pocket. There's hamburgers in there. I don't know if it's like names. I
As
need
soon as I
to
can
pull
close
one.
this, that should run me better.
They should be. They're boiling basically, and I didn't get any more. I don't. Alright,
There we go.
so I think that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'm gonna find the 2 eggs, and I'm gonna candle 2 of them live,
Okay.
so everybody can physically see the babies moving around in the eggs because it's like the coolest thing ever.
Oh man, that'll be neat. Make sure to make some shorts with that too.
Yeah,
Can you know what, Tasha, here's an idea. Because I know that I think through the egg, right? If you were to put them like with a light bulb or something behind the egg, would it illuminate them?
yes. I'll
Do you
show
know what
you.
I'm saying?
I'll
Yeah,
show
yeah.
what did it look like with no baby in it.
Because if like you could take a really close picture with your cell phone and get like the image of the thing inside the egg with the light illuminating it, it would probably be a really good thumbnail for the short. You know?
Okay. So what you do is this is the candler, okay? This is just a regular plain egg.
Oh, what? That's an egg on the light?
Yes.
What?
That's
Stop
what
it.
it
Let's
looks
see. Ah. Tasha, oh man. Okay, so what? There's little babies that'll be moving around inside of that?
Yeah. If I grab one of the eggs out right now,
Yep.
there's babies in there and you can see them moving around in the egg.
Oh man.
But I want to wait and do it tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But
cool.
this is just a toilet paper roll I cut down and taped to a super bright flashlight. But a non-fertilized, well, just a plain egg looks like, kind of
Oh
like
man.
those Halloween torch things, the little
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
throw
yeah,
with little pumpkins.
Yep, yep, yep.
But yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's super cool, Tasha. So you're gonna do this through a live stream or are you gonna do this like as a video release?
Well, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow night I'm gonna I'll probably do a video first.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna find the eggs with the biggest babies where it's definite, and I have to have everything in here pitch black. Nothing can be on.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get it as close as I can. And you just watch, and you can see the chick actually moving around. It is so freaking cool.
Wow. That is
And
really cool.
basically doing it like this is like an ultrasound for a chicken egg.
Yeah, well, that's the fact that you have kind of like a DIY thing, like a do-it-yourself build thing there. That's kind of neat. And then the content of the egg being lit up and like this. I mean, with a little bit of soft music in the background, you could find people. That could be a very calming thing to people as an image.
I turned the light back on, but
Yeah.
that's a turkey.
That's a what? A turkey?
This is a turkey egg.
Whoa.
See the difference in the color?
Oh, yeah, and the size, yeah. Oh man, so how big will the turkey be visually before it cracks through the egg? It'd get pretty big, right? Like, I mean, at least 2 to 3 inches or so.
I'm gonna
Maybe an inch now.
turkey eggs until I get at least 6. If I can get to 1. See, time we had to put down in the summertime because the chickens were basically eating them alive. And I wasn't going to have him go through that. Plus, his legs were deformed. So, the amazing thing with a female turkey is they can store, being he mated with the one a lot, she can store his fertilization, and then she can put out fertile eggs whenever she wants to. So I have 3 in my incubator, 3 or 4 in the incubator right now, but there's nothing in them. They'll go just like this. But now a lot of the chicken ones I have to sort through because I think some of them have what's called the ring of death. And what that means is it started growing and then it stopped.
Okay. Oh,
But my gosh, there's
that's
so
tough.
many
So
of them with little babies in
you're
there.
you're like incubating them and through that process in the house, right?
Yeah.
Because I know a friend of mine used to do it with like chameleons and bearded dragons. He had a little bit of a farm going on inside of his house, but more with reptiles. And he would have like this massive styrofoam kind of like incubator station that would keep these
Let me
eggs in
put this
there.
back and I'll show you.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I don't have a camera to move, so I got to move the whole laptop.
No snow for Siberian. Wow. We could take some of that weather. I've had enough of this snow.
I can't tell if you can see it. So this is the
Oh yeah.
incubator. Can you
Yes.
see it?
Yep. I can see it.
And then in here, the eggs get turned every 2 hours. And that's how big it is.
Huh. So does it roll itself every 2 hours, or do you have to?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, there's an egg turner in there.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll position them. Then it rolls into that. Then 2 hours again, it'll tip them this way, and every 2 hours, can you pull this?
Okay.
Hang on a second. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I'd like to do is have everything dark in here, and I'm gonna mark them so that way the ones that are most active I'm gonna show on the live stream. Because after day 18 and day 18 you have to take all the eggs out carefully. You take the egg turner out, and then you lay the eggs on the bottom mash, raise the humidity to 70, and then they'll start pipping.
Huh.
But from day 18 to day 21, you don't open the incubator.
Are you gonna share what you're winning over there, Dave? I'm hearing some bing-ong. Is Dave doing some slot winning over there?
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, I bought $100 for PayPal.
Yeah, I very.
But I haven't collected it yet, so I got to get a PayPal account.
Oh man.
You can win up to 7,000 on that game. Yeah, what I'm working on now.
Tasha,
Yes,
Sorry.
Miss Rebecca?
thank you for letting me up. My brother just called me. So I've got to go see what's going on with him. So I'll talk to you later.
All right, Miss Rebecca, have a good night.
I sure will. Okay, bye.
And then there was 3.
But yeah, so I'm going to do a picture of the egg and then do the video.
I think it'd be a great video, to be honest, and it would be interesting. I would maybe look up online for YouTube or to see how other people presented the videos out there for titles and stuff like that, just to kind of give you a rough idea. I wouldn't even care about watching their videos, more or less just how YouTube algorithm puts these videos up there, you know what I'm saying, with the titles. And
Yeah.
I think honestly, like it'd be neat if you could do it. If you could make another one, just a straight shot, within, I'm sure it'd probably take you less than 5 minutes to do the straight shot. of you making this incubator with a flashlight, which is super cool. You know what I mean? Just like literally, oh, what, just give me some duct tape. Hold on. It'd
Okay.
be neat, your DIY egg incubator or light incubator or light infuser. I'm not sure. Egg. What would you?
Candy.
Oh, candle? Yeah. Yeah, but online they'll like it make it sound extravagant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it could be like our own, instead of using the lighter for the concert,
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
our own light.
Like a, yeah,
Go
yeah.
back and forth.
Like a flashlight, yeah. That'd be neat. But yeah, I mean, in the end, I think even just like probably even a 5 minute shot, still shot, if you can get, like you said, the room dark and stuff, and just with your cell phone, whatever, and see if you can get like a nice crisp shot of these chicks moving. I think, in the long run, it would be a very effective video for people that would like view it. Like it would, I'm not sure if it's like a trending thing. I don't know. You'd have
It
to
is,
look, but.
actually.
Is it? Yeah, I would imagine with the whole homestead and farming and all this stuff and like that, right? So, so I think it'd be really cool. Even like if they're really active, and you put a little bit of music beside it, and it's up close as you can to the egg, like you're saying, it could be something that's very soothing to people. It's something they would watch if they're laying down or something with a little bit of quiet music or something in the background with the egg and the bird moving inside of it. Because it would probably remind people of like that kind of womb process, of being in, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be surprised if people would be like, they could sit in that content for 10 minutes and watch these birds moving inside the eggs. I wonder if you could build like, how many flashlights you got in the house? You could wire these flashlights up to ring up like Christmas lights. You could have one go off, two go off, three go off, one go off, with a music video.
The hardest part is they can only be out of the heat for so long. So, like, to do a
yeah.
5-minute video, I would have to splice a bunch of shorts together, which I do.
Yeah,
To
of
get
course.
in
Sure
my
you could. Of
video.
course. Yeah. You could also slow down the videos as well with the to extend the clip, so to speak, you know what I mean? It would
Because
make
I
them
thought
longer.
of starting showing a plain egg that was just made where you can, it just lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then going, your pickle has a smiley face.
That's wicked.
It's my
That's
happy
awesome.
pickle. And then, going from the plain egg shot and then to like the baby. And then see, before I do lockdown on day 18, I'm gonna candle them again. Quick. Because
Yeah.
I have to physically take all the eggs out and set them in a carton to take the egg turner out, because that egg turner takes up that whole bottom of that incubator. And it's got to be like a quick process. So if I could get all the eggs out quick, have Jamie record with my phone, and I can just candle them as I'm laying them back in there. And then I can play around with my video editor.
Cool. What time are we at here? 10 o'clock. I got some what is it? I know I still have time, but I have to get ready for it and such. I have, what do they call it? What would be called a paid gig to play here, I think, this evening. So it's late though. It's like in another hour or so or something like that. But I like to make sure that my sound is as best as I can. Nonsense, but let me just where to go. Why is it not? Sounds like you're winning some money over there, man.
ain't playing the other game. That's another block game I made. The other one with the money in, I'm not playing that one. I'm only doing that tomorrow when I get my PayPal account. I'm gonna take all the money in my PayPal account tomorrow. I'm gonna have
Wow.
all that money tomorrow.
Well, I was brutal. I was really bad for online poker for a while there. I mean, even just thinking of it makes me
Hi,
a little nervous.
Judy.
Hey, this is just block games. That's all. You put the
Yeah,
block.
matching colors and stuff.
Oh, it's just block games. You just make sure you get all these yellow you're going to get these yellow lights come across the screen and they just float. It's easy.
Nice.
I went through a whole level one night. I went to level 15 one night. Kept going and kept on. So they asked me today, "Do you want to earn money doing it?" I go, "Yeah, I'll take some money." So I can use it.
I do it again. Did do it again.
Yeah, I can't spell right now.
All right.
But yeah, you're all sorts of tagged in my description for tonight's stream.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, man.
yeah, because I did opening with backspin it. You're tagged there, and then I tagged it in my playlist for your music.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much, Dasha.
Well, yeah, anytime I use a
Thanks a lot.
song, even if I use it gets the great outdoors,
Yeah.
I'll tag you
Yeah.
in the description because you definitely deserve it. So,
Well, it means a lot. It really does, because that's all you can really do when if there's collaborating, but then there's like sensible collaborating and trying to help each other in ways through it just even the exposure is one thing. It's really hard. Back in the day, even as musicians and stuff, that was probably the biggest hurdle to get, was to get the word out there. You could play a million bars and still no one really remembering who you are in the morning when you wake up, unless they give them some type of deal for a CD or something like that to go home with. And then of course now CDs are not even active anymore. So
You hear what
it
Daryl Hall
becomes
said?
even, huh?
You hear what Daryl Hall said?
What's that?
He said the machines are doing all the music now. It's not like it was before. We said the machines are doing it all.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, there's big industry in it. For me, it's been tough because when I do music to help some members and stuff like that, and friends with channels and stuff like that. I'll create and produce music, and to record raw in your guitar instrumentals and stuff like that. It's a whole different type of sound that you get, opposed to using loops and engineered product sounds that have already been compressed and everything like this. So it becomes tough because you wanna provide something that people really like, but when the majority of the world is using all these loops now, and the sound is starting to get so shipped on the digital, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, holy. It gets tough because you don't know whether or not people will accept that rock and roll kind of grungy blues, analog sound,
Never know what
opposed to
they want
digital.
to
Yeah,
Up.
yeah. So,
He's talking on his show. He's got a website on there, live from Daryl's house. I was listening to him talk about it. He
nice.
said it ain't the same anymore.
No, it's not. But I will say, as funny as it is, in some retrospective way, although it's against everything I've ever been taught to believe in,
Yep.
when playing online and putting myself out online,
Yep.
I've gained probably way more exposure and more support in a sense, like than it would be to play a 9 to 5 or 9 to 2 gig at a bar downtown. Do you
Oh
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you can only like it's good to get out there and do that and get the chops going and stuff like that. But playing the same clubs over and over and over again, people tend to they get bored or they every weekend somebody else might be popping up live if they've seen that I've been playing on that show, playing every weekend, then it starts to become monotonous. So people will choose where to go after a while,
No.
opposed to the spontaneous, right?
Yeah.
So I try to stay as spontaneous as I can without, going too long without going doing something musically, whether it's like playing live or playing on somebody's panel in other places of the world.
I write lyrics. That's all I write. Words and stuff.
Poems, yeah, poetry. That's good, man. That's cool. I mean,
Like
there's a
I
there's
got
a
a lot
ton
of
of
I got a
artists.
lot of songs I've written, and they're all like um what the hell you call it? Well, I just wrote the songs down. If I get my keyboard going, I'm going to sing them too. Because I got all the music for every song in my head, everything. So
Yeah.
I know
Well,
every.
even the funny thing is that I mean, you can play the keyboard and if you can get a melody and play the keyboard to the melody of what you would think the lyrics would be, each one of those things are become sellable even as it is, as long as it's recorded within some type of quality, because big artists use writers material all the time, man.
You know who, Brian? He talked to me about it. Did you ever get
Yeah,
a song written? He says, "Well, deal. I make a deal with my agent, and you sign a contract, and you get some of the money." He says.
yeah, get royalty rights. Yeah, you need about you. Yeah, I mean, I have friends of mine that have royalty rights on songs and stuff like that that have been sold to publishing at and he gets a check, I think, every 3 to 4 months.
Yeah,
It might be a quarterly, or maybe it's quarterly,
yeah.
right? 12 months every. I don't know, maybe not. I think it's 3 times a year, anyways. But yeah, he'll get a check from royalty rights that give him writing publishing rights. And I mean, it's not anything crazy because he doesn't have a whole whack of songs. But I mean, a little bit here, a little bit there. For me, it would just be the cool idea of having achieved something like that
Yeah,
somebody
that's
else
what I'm
liked
saying.
it that much. You know what I mean? I'd just be like, "Holy crap, man, that's so cool! Can I like get a picture with you with my songs, giving it to you in your hand?"
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
want to know
Yeah,
something too? He
yeah.
I talked to him on chat talk, right? Said to me, he goes, "A lot of people steal your songs out there." So you
Oh
got,
yeah, they will.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Oh
goes,
yeah, they
if
will.
you need any, he said, if you need any help in the music business, like if you want to get something in there, I'll get my agent, and me and you can sit down and you can we'll look over. I read one of my lyrics to him online. He goes, "Oh, I'd like to grab that thing." He said, and I said, "Well, I like to put the music to it first. I can do that." He said, "Then you can make some money." He said.
Nice.
I told him no. I said, "I'm going to do that. I want to get it together myself, and then I'll let you listen to the music afterwards." But
Yeah.
he said, "You know where to get a hold of me now." So yeah, but see what Tim McGraw did? This lady from Stoughton wrote this song, and he sang it. He got an award for what he did. But he invited the girl to come to the music award, and he told her to come up on stage and gave her the award, and he gave it to her. He gave her the award. This ain't for me. This is for the lady who wrote the song. Here you go, Tim McGraw. You know how much Tim McGraw has hits, anyways. He gave it.
Yeah.
He handed it right to her, the award. It was a country award he got, and he gave it to her.
Nice. Well, that's super cool.
And the girl was
Good
happy
job.
from Stoughton, Massachusetts. That was cool. That must have been. And she was all happy and everything, beating Tim McGraw up there. She said, "You're my favorite singer." She said, "Oh, thank you." He said,
Oh, funny.
so how's your heartburn, Rich?
It's good, man. I haven't had any all day. I'm gonna find out when I start belting or there later, but you know, I've been daring already. I can't help it because there's pop around the house. So, I can't help it. Root beer and stuff like that. Even though every time it's like a cigarette, every time I go to take one, I'm like, I shouldn't have this pop. Oh, I got to drink it, man. If it's here, I'm drinking it. But I've been good. Usually it doesn't affect me much. Like anything, pop gets gassy, but
Good, man.
I can always belch one in between a lyric or something. You know what I mean? But
Where,
the heartburn. Whew.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there's another channel that we keep a little bit more moderate now since the YouTube rules have come into play, which they did update it as well. I noticed in my email I got an update, and it was due with the profanity and everything. And light profanity is okay depending. Like they're now putting it at a very gray area. Like it says any content that could focused on profanity or any contents of used to use as profanity. So like if you're the F word is one they put in there in big letters. But if it is, then it can be deemed unmonetizable, meaning you can't gain revenue on it. Now, as far as a copyright strike or anything like that, there's nothing in there that says that. It doesn't say that you would, get a strike or get a yeah, exactly, a copyright strike. So it doesn't say you would get that. It just says it basically, let's say if you were to monetize a video, you would lose the right to the monetization of the video, of course. And then, that would be a warning, let's say. Now, if you kept repeatedly doing it, then I imagine they would do something because I think even copyright flags, like uh, there's copyright strikes and then there's copy flags or whatever. I freaking got to remember what the hell term is. They're so close to each other, it makes me confused. But if you get ones that I got one on the music stream today, on the one for duty, and most times I can monetize the video.
Yeah.
This time I could not because certain songs that were sang by other artists deemed me unmonetizable for the video. But when you click on the video, if you revisit, you'll see that the ads are popping up because the content creators, the creators of the content and the ID have the settings on their thing stating that if people use their content, they want it to be monetized and they get all the ad revenue. So in order for me to keep that video up, it's monetized, but all the monetized revenue goes to the individual artists that have the copyright music there that we're copy playing, right?
right.
They get all the revenue, or it's either that or I delete it or unlist it. But as it being public, it's getting at it. There's ads being put over on the video, and I have no choice. It didn't give me a strike, like it didn't hurt my channel or nothing. I didn't get like no crap like that. But it did tell me, yes, you can't make a revenue off this. The person who owned the content to this has decided that they're going to take it all. And I was okay, well, whatever, fine, that's cool. Just let me keep it up. I'm cool with that. You can make all the money all you want. I'm the only one who played an original song on that whole stream. So, I played one original song on the stream. So next time I could cut it out. I can cut it out if I wanted to, but then I'd lose all the chat. You can't once you edit a video through YouTube Studio, you can't have the chat. It'll get rid of the chat. So then you got to restream it and all this nonsense with StreamYard and restream the stream in order to get the chat. No, yeah, it's just it's real fun.
Well, while we're on the topic of it,
I love topics.
why? Like I have a few lives that are limited ads.
That are what? Sorry?
Who did add?
I say limited ads.
Limited ads would be due to some type of content restriction based on either your titles or tags, information in the videos that's not allowed in other third world countries. Because I was actually being explained this to from Uber driver. He was from, I think, Afghanistan or Muslim or something like that. But he was saying that even though you would look at those other areas of the world as being crazy and you know, offhand, but in truth, like as far as internet and stuff like that, they are limited on the resources of what they're allowed to actually view when surfing the internet. So places like India and stuff like this, certain content, like just recently, I can't remember what place it was, what country it was, but for the longest time, shorts wasn't available to at least a quarter or 30% of the earth in these places. And I don't know why that was. Maybe it had to do with the government, bylaws, legislations, whatever. They weren't allowed access to these type of things. And so when the shorts started kicking off and everything, something happened. Yep. Now all of a sudden you can see it's a lot. Like I was getting shorts that were hitting 10, 15,000, 20,000 views, you know, not regularly, but it would hit at least once or a couple of weeks. I would be able to hit one that would do that. Now, you know, you could get one, 2, 3,000, 4,000 views, but not, I can't seem to get one to take off like it used to. I still have one now. It's still collecting views. I think it's at 175,000 for a short, that bird that Judy was dancing with. So, you know, but the shorts have changed. And so, because the content is being more allowed across the whole world. So I don't know. All I know is that the limited restrictions has to do with ad stability, and those 5 little categories that they have used click through, unless you click the little box, it says none of the above. When you go to monetize a video, you know those little boxes, it kind of says inappropriate language or
Yeah.
whatever, and these things. Well, one of those, if you look back at the video and go into there, you'll see you actually can, maybe if I'm not mistaken, click on the limited thing where it shows it in your analytics. It should be blue or something maybe, and you can click on it and it'll send you to a link to show you reasons as to why the video might be limited. And usually 9 times out of 10, it has to do with some either music or I've had it because of images, I think, of some sort, but I'm not certain on that. I'm going to go look at my analytics for a second, but I do have a few of them that are the same way. Let me just go check this out. Oh, Ted in the house. How you doing, champ? Nice to see you.
Hey, Brutal Bob, how you doing?
Brutal Bob in the house. Oh yeah, way up there. I didn't get to catch him there. He's up in there. Cheers. So let me just go check. Oh yeah, my buddy's is there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to try some of those baits this year.
So
They're sitting, I think they're sitting back here behind my chair.
content.
You know, one of these days I'll get this other guitar drawing done for you. It's actually way bigger than the first one I did. Just I'm gonna have to erase part of it and have Jamie do the strings because my hand was like this, even with a ruler. So the strings for the guitar like all windy.
Okay. So one part does it. This one I have one under here. It says partial or limited, partially or limited block, and it says the video. This video contains copyrighted material. As a result, it has been blocked in some countries and/or regions. Now, that's when I was restreaming or playing Drew on the kit. I think you remember that stream. That's when we were connecting everybody
Yeah.
over there. So a song that he played or something is not allowed or banned in other places. When I did the same thing with Eddie, sharing Eddie's music and him playing music on my channel, it gave me an ineligibility for monetization because of copyright content. But then, like, see this other one, the big celebration one I did. where I was playing. It was fine. It was I played a bunch of cover songs. We're sharing copyright. There is a copyright strike, but we're sharing it. It's totally fine. Here's one that's ineligible. That was the Too Cool for School video shout outs I was doing back in the day there. Ineligible because of copyright content. I know I seen
Yeah,
one of
some
those
of
ones.
mine are just weird.
Either
And I'm
way,
talking,
you know, when it says a notice underneath and it says, don't worry, this doesn't harm your channel or this doesn't count as a strike or anything. As long as you get
yeah,
that message, who cares? That's the way I look at it. At that point, it just comes down to decision as a creator to be like, do I want to support the people that are trying to get the ad revenue from my videos, or do I just want to delete the video? And 9 times out of 10, like it just works both ways, right? It's unfortunate this birthday one that I did with Judy because it did really well. There's it's still climbing in views, and we're not it's a day after 2 days, almost a day and a half after the live. So it's too bad that they aren't sharing the revenue, so to speak, based on the fact that there are some really good musicians, and it takes just as much to learn them and present them and play them. But apparently, there's a song or something there where an artist is saying no. It could be one song. I could
yeah.
check it out and see. I wonder. Let me see. I'll look under my copyright thing here. It's gonna tell me, I imagine. No. See? Oh.
So like mine, the one, the one I have is alive, and it says this video may
Yeah,
earn
nothing.
limited or no ad revenue due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. It means fully playable and is eligible to earn subscription revenue from YouTube Premium.
What video is it?
It's
Is it on your
alive.
channel? Can I go
Yeah,
see it on your channel?
yeah.
All right.
It's February 14th.
Oh wow. I'm not sure how I'll be able to find it. Is there a
Hang on.
name behind?
I'll go grab the link for it and I'll put it in chat. Or actually, yeah, I can do that. What's up, Mark? Corner Clubhouse, how you doing? Because
Corner
my lives
Clubhouse
are
in
good.
the house.
Huh?
I say Corner Clubhouse in the house. What's going on, my friend? All right. While we're waiting, everybody, a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, I think it's this one. But videos, I don't typically. I mean, I got a couple shorts that got um limited ads,
Yeah.
and from using their music in the shorts. But typically, I have. I don't really think I have. I don't think I have any limited on videos. Besides, like the wombos Melissa made for me, that's about it. Which obviously those are not monetizable, anyways.
So did you put it in chat there? Is that the one there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. Oh wait, how do I do this? Yeah. Let's see. Let me see if I can copy it, put it into YouTube. It should work. Paste.
Typically, if I get a limited ad, 90% of the time it's on the live. And sometimes I think it's because there might have been a cuss word somewhere in there. And even though they say, oh, it can't be after this seconds and that seconds or whatever, but it might be, say, the F word or whatever. And then I don't go back in and then click the monetization off and then click it back on so I can get those boxes and go in and check typically the inappropriate language one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what the heck was even in this live that would have given me limited.
And you've been using the same intro, right? Like for
Yeah.
a while now.
Yeah, I put that intro with that one to merge some stuff in with the one you made for me. So I'm not sure where even it is in there.
I'm wondering. Let me go see something here. I think it's let's see. Okay. I'm wondering if you're getting it through playing Backspin It or Itching for Fishing.
No, because a couple nights ago.
I hope not, but it is registered up. Like I've loaded it with DistroKid.
I'm trying to think. There
New Miss
was
Maniac,
another.
welcome.
No, it's not from you. I know it's not from that. I think it's something that was going on in the topic of chat.
Where's my lighting?
What's up, Skipper?
Back here again, Tasha. Hey there, Rich.
Hey there. How you doing?
Where's the monkey running around? I seen that.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, Skipper.
Because I'm even checking the transcript on that live.
All of a sudden, where's all my brightness?
I have some of them on my live too, Rich, but I looked at some of them that was on delivering the ads there she has.
Yeah,
I understand what's going on with it.
That's strange. So is the fact that my camera literally lost all of its brightness.
They said there's something about I had some content on it. They said something I was doing. And I watched one of the videos and there was nothing on what they're talking about. You do that to everybody, I guess.
You make a mistake, that's all.
I appealed one of
Is
them.
it the screen or is it
Did you?
me?
And they let me have it. It was about the suicidal T-shirts. He said, there's nothing wrong with the video. I said, I knew it wasn't. They left that one alone. They backed off. It was only a non-profit organization. Here it is. Here it is. It is the monkey. That is funny.
Girl.
Oh my gosh, that is so hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
They blew the bomb.
This one's all right. What happened to my? Oh, it all fixed itself, and then I went and done. Woohoo!
Yeah, 'cause I mean, most time we're talking about like, I mean, and some of it don't even make sense. Like the transcript,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. Like we were talking about sports, we were talking about different artists, avatars. Um, oh, and then we were talking about flags, about flying the English flag or St. George flag. Um,
Oh.
talking about how like a certain flag in chat just comes up black. Then we got talking about food, and then the African flag in Thailand, and I don't know. It was just like one of the random. Oh yeah, we're talking about ice because I said I'd have to strap a 5 gallon
Okay.
bucket on my butt.
Dave, you should like get one of those potato head accessory kits, and you could like put the eyeballs on the back of your head with a nose and a mouth. That'd be wicked.
Very
You
funny.
know what I mean? Like a little stick. You'd be like, I got eyes on the back of my head, don't you know? There you go. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even on your neck's okay as long as it holds there. Probably better off
Like
not
cat's
breaking your
butt.
glasses. I imagine they're not cheap. Yeah, I'm not sure, Tasha. I'm not sure. Like you'd have to really kind of maybe sit back and watch it and see, because it literally could be the smallest little thing, but it's like if somebody reported something, it would be different. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't. I don't think you would have like that type of notification where it says limited or whatever. That's a YouTube algorithm content ID thing with some type of creator that has these limitations. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Usually for me, like I'm more familiar with music, but I don't know. I'd be curious to know how Wayne there. How's your videos when it comes to that limited type of thing? What is it that it is that they're saying you're violating?
Well, I had one T-shirt. I appealed one of them. They took one of them off. I had a T-shirt video that I printed for suicide awareness to a lady that
Okay.
lost her mother in suicide. And there was nothing wrong with the video. It was only printing shirts and with music on it, and it was their music. And I appealed it, and they let it go, and they said it was fine. But the other ones, I have no idea. I went there tonight. I couldn't find any of them. I don't know what happened to them.
Huh.
I couldn't find any more of the limited ad ones they had. Said it was a mistake. I couldn't find them in the
Yeah.
YouTube studio. They all disappeared. I don't know what happened to them.
And
I
that's
have
what's weird because typically, if I have a limited ad notification, it is always on alive. And I don't always play music. I'll play my intro and come in,
I'll go check it
and
though.
that's
So hell
it.
with it. I could do
You
without
know.
it.
So I'm wondering if it was the topic of the conversation
Could have been.
because the way the transcript comes out makes no sense if you like go through the transcript and because I was just reading it
Yeah.
and some of it like says foreign because they can't understand what's being said or whatever. So but normally it's always alive if I get limited ad. I haven't tried to appeal one to see what would happen, or to see if they would give me a reason as to, okay, well, why is this live out of 10 lives the only one limited?
Yeah, it's strange. It'd be something I'd definitely look into because one thing it would be like, why, how has a video become limited? And then, and I wouldn't necessarily look on YouTube. I'd Google it to find out forums and stuff so that it saves you a lot of viewing videos that tell you nothing that's related to the topic you want to watch. But, yeah, but forums and stuff like that seem to be more effective if you look on Google and stuff and see if images or conversations, like how does it pick that up? Because I don't believe. I mean, I couldn't see it. I don't see the AI of a YouTube being smart enough that, and I'm just speculating, of course, that it would pick up a telegraphic kind of concept of what everything that was said in somebody's live, like unless somebody an ad revenue or a sponsor from YouTube looked at that live and was during that live or seen it after and said, no, we're not. I can't let this be ad suitable. It's I still try to figure. I'd still try to figure out, like, how is YouTube picking up these things? For instance, music people. A lot of creators say, 5 seconds or less during a live stream. They'll use little diddles of like copyright music, but they'll use like a fraction of the sound, like 3 seconds. If you could, and then read my mind. Stupid things like that, where it's just 3 second clips to 5 seconds. They don't get a copyright strike, and that's where you'll see people programming these type of things. Well, that's the only way that I know to avoid it with audio. But as far as visual and speech, I don't know if YouTube's AI picks up, like, if we drop the F bomb 500 times during a lifetime, does it pick it up? Does an AI go beep 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 beep, F bomb restriction over here, not monetizable? I don't think so. I don't know. I would have to find out. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
one
Yeah,
of
I
these
mean,
days, I'm gonna message them,
yeah,
through the help desk and be like, "Hey, my live on
yeah,
February 14th has limited ads,
I can't find
and
it
I
online.
looked through it and I can't figure out why. I was wondering if you could take a look, and you know
yeah.
what? If it stays limited, that's fine. I would just like to know, like, what part of the content made it limited."
Yeah, that I would do for sure too. Because what's that, Wayne?
And it's
Somebody?
gone. All of them are gone. I can't find them anymore. Not even in here
Uh,
anymore. That's what we're talking about. They're not in my channel no more.
yeah, the limited.
Yeah, the ones that you were telling I made a mistake on,
Yeah.
they're all missing. They're all gone. I don't know what happened to them.
Huh.
They're long gone. They're off the page. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, maybe what they did is because you appealed that one for that style of artwork on your T-shirts. Maybe they looked into like a couple other ones where you were making T-shirts
These
and
were live.
compared them and just dropped them off.
These were live, and they were talking about. I can't find them. Up there.
What's up, Elliot? Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. So be it. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I said, as long as even when you get like little notifications like that, I know right in the only thing I read that's important, it says this does not affect your channel and is not a strike. I go, okay, thank you. Screw up, then. See you later.
Well,
You know what
yeah,
I
I got
mean? If
stuff
it's a
on
strike,
Twitter.
then yeah, as long as it says after, that little thing that says you're okay, you're good to go. This is just letting you know that. So, well, thank you.
I said the content on my videos weren't suitable for advertising a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not what they were talking about.
No, I don't. No.
Probably nothing of a big
I don't
deal.
go and do it intentionally. Don't get me wrong. And I think that's what it comes down to is that, like, if YouTube did a review of somebody's channel and they're consistently, breaching these gray areas, then I think you would have some, you would end up with a strike and then, a second one and third one, whatever, eventually down the line. And it takes probably quite a while for YouTube to even catch on to those type of channels that do that type of stuff, infringing, the whatever YouTube guideline rules. But the big one now, and to some degree, I think, hey, whatever, however, what somebody wants to run their live stream, that's to their own accord. Cheers to that. People will decide where they're going to sit and they're not. But when they do tighten up the reins on the profanity, I mean, you can still have quite a pretty fun packed live stream, events, and stuff like this that are carrying on, that doesn't need to have the F-bomb and all this swearing
I don't use that language in my streams.
yeah,
keep-
9 times out of 10, like, I mean, I'm not saying you don't slip or something. So I've done it a million times where I'm having a good time and I'm like, oh shit, and or something like that. And YouTube shows that, things like that it's okay. But when used in any type of derogatory in a vulgar state, whether angry, whatever, used in one type of badge or anything like that, they're definitely going to be, they're going to be tightening it on that. And by doing that, it might give a little bit more room for other people that naturally don't want to have that content on their channel, and people will more respectively find more areas to hang out, opposed to a stream where there's like 4 people, 5 people on panel, and that's all you're hearing is F this, F bomb that, this and that, and blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People, those streams will end up getting killed slowly. So people will have to find newer places to go. And if everybody's forced to go and shape to this, well, now it gives a little bit more of an even playing field. Look at this bearded eagle in the house.
Bearded.
What's going on, champ?
What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good. I won't swear, I promise. If I won't.
I'm not going to say a single cuss word.
Okay. Is that the swear jar?
Nope.
Oh, looks good. Looks like fresh lemonade, my friend. Fresh lemonade, it looks like.
I think there's something wrong with our tap water.
Yeah. Oh, is that tap water?
Yeah. No.
No. I was going to say, you might want to let that oxidize for another 10 minutes before you drink it. I've been in those situations. You literally drink. I just drink straight spring water, if it's any water now, right? I try to get it from a spring, but not every time can I get out there. But so I'll buy it from a store, but I won't even drink tap water. I come from no, and just not happening.
You have to at least filter it. I mean, charcoal gets most of that, like Brita, or any of those.
Yeah,
I
Brita's
tried.
good.
Well, thanks, Brett. That's no good. I tried it before. I don't like the taste of it.
Oh, that's awful.
Really, Brita's
It's awful.
Brita, like a good fridge Brita, actually. I remember the only thing was I just was a pain. And after at first, when it's new, you're like, yeah, you'll refill it because you're like, I got my new Brita. Then after a while, when you empty it, you're like, screw that. You just close the fridge.
It's just like the Keurig, where it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could empty my pod and throw it in the garbage and refill the water, but I'm just gonna let the next guy deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, please
It's
don't
funny.
let me on the faucet.
I think it was I can't remember the name of that guy, but I remember reading an article about it, and someone probably know more about it. But he claimed that it was one of the biggest regrets he ever did was make those Keurig plastic containers.
It was the inventor of the Keurig.
Yeah, he was like, man, that was probably the worst thing I could have ever done. But
He was super environmentalist, and then realized how much garbage he was creating, and it wasn't.
It's crazy that you guys are talking about them, like the K cups, because my mom, hers, you can use like any type. It can be Keurig or the store brand or whatever.
Those are cool.
These ones, she opened it up. The coffee grounds are literally filled to the top of the foil thing. So when you push it down and it starts brewing, all the grounds start coming out of the pot. Where if you open like the normal ones, they're only half full.
They
These
said
are to the top.
the machines are because the machines there they put the things in the little for the coffee. They stick them in the machines. They said they're leaking and they're burning people now. They said.
Really?
Heard it on the news. One lady got her whole arm burned because the thing is, she put it on, the top of it blew out and it got her her arm all burned.
The glasses on Jeff. That's hilarious.
I hate that
That's
that
so
filled
funny.
up the faucet because I was on a route before. The customer gave me a drink of water from that thing, and I almost puked it out. I threw it on the ground. That stunk. That water was so horrible. It looked like it was, oh my God, it tasted terrible. I remember that day, and I never drank another water she ever handed me. I said, forget it, you can keep it.
Yeah, I saw a short video on YouTube. The guy gave the other guy, right? He's standing there. He was thirsty. He was hot out. He gave him some stilled vodka or whatever it was out of the stilt. He gave it to him. He thought it was water. He drank it. He goes, "What the hell is this? What the hell is this?" I ain't saying what he said, but this is crap. He says. He threw it back at the guy on the ground. I ain't drinking this. And he wobbled back to his house. I'm getting some water. He said. I was laughing when he did it to him. He gave it to him. He said to the other guy, "Watch what I do to Fred next door. I give him something out of the stilt and give it to him. And I say it's water. He'll drink it and get all mad at it." He did it too. He gave it to him, and he goes, "Here's some water for you. I know you were running there or jogging. Here's some water for you."
There you go.
This ain't water. This is
What
this
is drinking? Moonshine?
not moonshine. That's what it was. He did.
It's lemonade. It's lemonade. Tap water, he said.
He told him that it's lemonade. It'll help you. We'll help you run. That
Sure,
guy
it's
drank
not-
a mouthful of it, swallowed it. He goes,
Something make you stand on your head.
How many likes do you have, Tasha?
How many likes do I have?
I'll tell you when we get to 50 likes.
15 it's showing right now.
"It's in that water, man. That ain't water. Hey, that ain't
No,
water. That ain't no water.
moonshine.
That's moonshine. That ain't no water."
Dude, you don't want to buy moonshine that looks like this.
No. It's got to be clear as heck.
Well,
Well,
if I'm gonna drink,
Well,
if I'm
what's
gonna drink
actually
that,
water?
there better be fruit in it.
Get that water, put some dirt in it and stuff.
Well, you could have mixed it, though. He's like spritzed it. You know what I mean? Moonshine with some spritz.
Oh, that'll look good.
There's carbonation.
Oh, Smirnoff cooler.
I wouldn't drink this.
Yeah.
It's a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. There you go. Yeah.
That is the best guess so far.
Have you on the ground. Must like the taste of it. He wouldn't be drinking it.
No, they're low carb. It's low carb seltzer beer.
Oh, I knew it was something. Oh, yeah, okay. I knew it was
Now,
something.
Sorry, what? Oh, that's not a backdrop.
Oh.
When you're playing, you're throwing a wrestler over your head, you threw the bottles with the cans all over the floor.
Just a concrete
Up
floor.
and up and over.
Concrete floor, so it's ready for me.
You want to hear the noise. You want everybody to listen to the noise when you drop them.
did any of your cats ever come back?
No, not the ones. Not the ones you're talking about. Never saw them
Did the
again.
mice come back?
What's that?
Did the mice come back?
I never saw the mouse that you're talking about. That I was sitting right here when I saw it, and it was
Once you get
right there.
drag around your garage, whatever.
What's
Once you
that?
Once you get one of your drinks and wobble out of your garage, go out of your house and wobble out the door, you're making noises in the house, whatever. Give them a drink.
I'm from the West Coast. You're gonna have to talk slower.
All right. I'm just saying, give him a drink and put it in something. Give him a drink and he'll wobble out. I said, out of the place.
The mice?
Yeah.
I'm not sharing with them.
No, just give him some bad stuff and he'll be wobbling out and he'll drop
Oh,
dead. On the
I'm,
sidewalk.
I'm not going to bring that up around Tasha, what I give them.
You haven't been around in a while.
No, it's been a
Baby
really.
Mouse was moved from my house.
Is he full grown human now?
Walking
Yes,
around with a hat and a
he
suit.
lives,
Around
he lives in my camper now.
Is he good? Is he really good? Oh, it's so
Yeah,
cool.
I took my mom orders Swan, so it comes in these big insulated coolers that are like this thick.
Yeah.
So I took a tank and I stuck it inside one of those coolers, filled everything with shavings,
I seen 3 blind mice.
and I put 2 sticks down like this
Mm-hmm.
so he can get in and out. I put food out there. He does
Put
this
you-
little mouse thing, and you can tell he's going in and out of his tank because you see the little tunnels everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Did
he's
you
fine.
Then you put a suit
Last
in his
time, last time I went out and checked on him, I lift up the cage and he comes running out and he sits there on this little piece of wood and he's like staring at me. Like, no, I'm not going. Oh,
That's
yeah,
so
he's
cool.
good.
That has been a long time.
Right now, I'm trying to catch up chips.
I'm still kind of like coming to grasps with my morning coffee routine without Shane.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that was
I can understand.
it
It's
was
weird.
a good time slot. It was a good time slot, I'm not gonna lie.
Well-
The time slot worked well with the because you would I don't know, you naturally start working around the content you're watching, I find, like and what time might work for people. But I don't know about you guys, but I like go to bed at 6 in the morning.
Sometimes
No, like all the time, man.
What the heck
My
is
brain is triggered for it now. When everybody's sleeping, I'm like, "Rah, yeah, that's when I'll get the edge. I'll get the cutting edge. I'm everywhere when you're sleeping."
someone's on there? Don't mess your content. You don't mess your computer up.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though.
But he's sleeping.
Yeah,
Like I said,
funny.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss those morning shows and the lives that we did together, and that's about as far as my conversation goes with that topic.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The time slot was
I didn't know that.
with you was was really effective.
I read you.
Oh yeah,
I read you,
because
Tasha.
like everybody in.
I read you.
What?
I didn't know that.
Well,
I didn't
there's a
know-
lot of things people
I didn't
don't
know there was a thing.
I go airing my dirty laundry every week.
I had no idea there was a thing. So sorry for bringing it up. But no, that was when we all used to hang out, and that's what I missed. I mean, that's where I met you. That's where I met Wayne. That's not where I met CFM, I don't think. 'Cause I've known CFM and his wife a little longer, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think I'm not sure, but I'm not sure.
Like I said, I miss it too. I mean, there was everybody's mornings for months upon months upon
I think
months.
bananas eat.
UK people, all of us. That's how I met a lot of, other people. So yeah, I miss it.
Because I worked from home, and it was like, that's when we all hung out.
Well, like I said, I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it because I do.
The West Coast wasn't even awake yet.
Well, that's
yeah.
it too, and a lot of people when they get up and stuff like that for an hour and a half just to kind of get going, even if they're at work and they just they can come in and kind of get some inspiration in the morning with a good chat. It's very effective, really effective. The time slot's really good. It's just really hard on You know, you gotta get up every morning, man. You know, if you're gonna do a morning show like 5 nights a week, 5 days a week, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm surprised. You know, it'd take a lifetime commitment, you know, to make a decision before you'd, you know, you get to a point where you'd burn out. Because, damn, man, you know,
Originally, I was gonna
especially if
do.
you drink the night before.
Originally, I was
That
gonna
makes
do a
the morning
morning
start even
stream
harder.
I had
7 days a week,
anyway.
and then my night stream 7 days a week,
Yeah.
and then I cut it down a little bit. Now I was gonna do Tuesday and Thursdays, and then it was still stressing me out. So then I just stopped doing them.
CFM,
I like
have I watched this with you on LC stream before?
Yeah, the wig. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta put the hat on over top.
Yeah,
Looks great.
it's a lot easier to control that way.
Yeah.
But people have been getting those trolls in their streams that have been showing their
Yep.
birthday suit,
Yep.
and so I've been kind of not doing this because I don't want people to get freaked out and be like, "Who's this guy that says he's the bearded eagle?" He looks a lot like him, but he's wearing those sunglasses. He looks really shady.
I like it. No, anytime if you'd come up on my chat or whatever, you just type in chat and say, "Hey, it's me," you know, and I'll be good. But I'd still know that's you.
I've been in a bunch of yours where you're like at the bar and you're not watching chat.
No, at the
We're
bar or something doing that. Yeah, yeah.
And we're just all chatting with each other.
Yeah.
The music is amazing.
Yeah, man.
It's
I try. I mean, that's
always
why
a pleasure to be where you are.
I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm not sure. We'll see if something kicks off. I see Jeff's live. Jeff, our good friend Jeff there. There's freaking glasses and stuff, man. I'm telling you. I could not wear those. Those little glow in the dark glasses you wear, you know, at night and stuff like that, shine in front of your eyes. Boy, man, after drink 4, it'd be like, oh man, big ups to that. I could not wear those darn things. Oh, yeah, we'll see if something kicks off.
Well, this is kicking off.
Yeah.
How many people do we have in here?
I think Tasha will be live for. When do you normally close your live, Tasha? Is it midnight or?
Well, tonight's gonna be early because a friend of mine and Jamie's had surgery this morning.
Yeah.
And the latest I'm going is a 2-hour mark, and then that's it. So another 30 minutes or whatever.
We're just gonna get this thing started, Tosh. Get some music.
Well, hey, I can just mute my mic and stop my cam, and y'all can do whatever the heck you want.
We did the Zombo.
Oh man, we just shared out. Bearded Eagle CFM takes over Tasha's stream. No bars, no handles. Let's go.
Give us a simple techno beat. We'll do a Zombo impression.
Oh man.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, I could do a ponytail with this wig. This is kind of cool.
There you go.
Oh, I could bring it over to the side. Look at that. I've never really played with it very much. I tried to make it look like, CFM,
Oh yeah, I get it, man. You know, kind of. I mean, it's real, but you know.
Well,
haggard.
Yeah, this one's real for sure.
I think you need to brush it a little bit, though. Things looking a little raggedy.
I was trying to, but it
the
Halloween
hair day.
because I always have my beard comb, But this is from like the Halloween store. This could be like raccoon hair. I have no idea.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. I lost my concentration.
Oh, there's Judy in there. She's so proud of her. So proud. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, yeah, I think I should get something to eat and maybe get a little ready for this evening.
What's going on tonight? See if
Well, you know, the madness probably over at Shanny's. I'm sure of it. I know he was talking something about last night. He wanted me to play, and I had heartburn and stuff. I wasn't into it, so I'm like, I didn't play. But he ended up managing to get the Queen to sing, Judy to sing on panel.
No, I watched the replay.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
You did great. Yeah. No, I watched. I don't miss anything.
Yeah. I got you. That's why I had to bring up the 3 screens now.
I've been. I got laid off with all the tech layoffs, so I've just been 100% on my life and YouTube. No work, nothing in between.
Oh.
So I watched it.
There are guns in the house.
Hey, surprise, surprise.
How you doing, champ?
Pretty good. A little sore today.
Nice.
Working on the Corvette
You look
today.
better without your long hair, man.
Do what?
I said he looks better without his long hair.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't want my first time. I've talked to Air Guns 100 times, but I've never seen him, so I want to make sure he doesn't think I'm a freak.
Well, that freaking wig looks like it's going to grow legs and run away.
I know.
Well, I think my kids got it at it was like the Halloween store that only pops up for 3 months a year and then it turns into nothing. This is like a $10 wig.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway, not supposed to look good.
Gotta brush it, man.
CFM's Queen says, look in the
Everybody
comments. They
says-
are. I timestamped it.
Everybody says I'm telling you.
Brush your beard, bro. Brush your
That hair was looking bad, man.
beard brusher.
Happy birthday.
Hanging outside with
I want to
a
joke with the Queen, but she's right beside me. She's gonna punch me. If I was in another house or another area of a house, I'd probably do it as long as I could lock the door.
Man, I am sore. I had to take a battery out of a 89 Corvette today, and that's not fun.
See, now look at how you just treat that beard.
Where is the battery?
It's on the side. You got to take a panel off, fiberglass panel, and take it out. Not that bad, but you got to lay on your back, and it kind of flared my back up today. Got me kind of stiff and sore. So
That is
actually, I got a drain on it. I may end up having to put it when I got. Well, I'm gonna put it in the shop. When I do, I'm gonna pay them to look down the look up the parasitic drain. I mean, and find out what's causing it. I've checked it. I'm gonna check it again tomorrow and see if I can locate it.
What's a parasitic drain?
Parasitic drain is like if you it's basically a 12-volt drain. It would be like turning a headlight on. A electric seat button could be stuck.
For the acid? Oh,
No, it's power. Like so in a car, say if you, it's almost like a tail light being on, a headlight being on, but yet it's not on. And it pulls 12 volts. What you do, you unplug the negative and you read the reading between the negative and the battery. And if it's drawing 12 volts, you've got a parasitic drain on a car or vehicle. And I do. And, I pulled the battery out today and found out the battery was only, when I bought the car, was only a few months old. So as soon as I got the car, I was recharging the battery about every 2 weeks, sometime every week. I went and bought a brand new one at Interstate at Costco today for $89. You believe that?
that's not a bad price.
No, that's good. A good battery for that Walmart's 130, 128 if you're lucky. Auto parts, you're looking at 150 to $200.
200 for the gel ones. The gel ones are nice.
Yeah. So I got that put in, and I got a fuel pump I got to put in the next few days if it don't rain here. And I'm not holding pressure on the fuel rail. It's a TPI injection, which is second gen. Each cylinder has a fuel injector. It's operated. So I got to work on that. I put injectors in it 3 years ago, I think it was. Brand new ones.
Man, get some like school glue, bearded. Get some school glue and like shape the wig to be like eagle wings. You know what I mean? Like,
It's not even the right color.
yeah,
So-
no. Well, you could dye
Part
it.
it.
Just have it stand off in two ways, like really far out in directional thing.
Hand on the shoulders and
It'd be awesome, man. People dig it. He just sits there, just combing his beard.
You're taking away what Elliot was telling us about.
I'm loving it. I think
It's
it's
all right. I ain't worried about that.
I'm kind of sad that I got rid of mine, but
It comes back.
yeah, well,
I've only had one beard in my life.
long
I was 27 years old when I let it grow. And I shaved it and never have had one since. I used to have a mustache now in the 80s, quite a bit, kind of like Tom Selleck always had. But I finally did away with a mustache. Been a long time since I had one of those.
it's just hard for me to, go through I grow hair so god darn fast that, it literally within 2 days, 3 days to keep that fresh, skin looking kind of thing. And 3 days later, I'm getting the shade. And then within a week, I'm on to beard. Like I'm just starting to get that. So for me, I go, okay, all right, how long can I stretch this? Usually about 30 days I can go, and then I'll have to do something with it, or else I'm just getting the whole pillow irritation and crap,
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point when I think even growing hair naturally, there's a point where it's annoying. It's just like, yeah, like for the long hair, man, I'm telling you, for like a month and a half, 2 months,
Have to play with it.
it was well that thing, but it was also at a stage where it was always because it wasn't laying with its own weight down, down here by my chest, past my shoulders. It's always on my face. Like you can't put it behind your ears, to do something quickly. It is literally you bend over, you can't see nothing. You're just like all hair. Like what the fuck? I was like,
I've had long hair. I've had long hair before.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
Quite
gonna
a few
cut it.
times.
But no, I learned with my beard that now this time I won't. I'm not cutting my hair. I had a buddy of mine had his hair down. He was about the same height as me. He must have had it down to his waist.
Wow.
Every time he'd walk into a club when he was playing a show, I'm telling you, and it's weird as it is, almost every girl would want to touch it. Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like they just want to touch. Like they don't want anything, nothing personal. Like I'm not hitting on you. Can I play with your hair? I want to touch it. And it was I don't know. It was always funny to me. So yeah, I won't grow my hair that long, but yeah.
Last time I had long hair was 97.
Judy said she wants to touch your beard. What?
You can do that.
You're joking. Look.
Actually, if you guys ever want to come to North Carolina, I've got room for you to come and chill and explore this place.
But man, I wish I will be looking at it, but it comes down to passports, and
I know.
she's good to go. Me
I
not.
almost got Jeff and I almost got Shizer because once somebody comes here and sees it on somebody else's channel, they'll be like, okay, we got to go visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
What stream were you in the other day, Beard Eagle, when I said hello? I can't remember. I said hello to you. I jump in a few here and there, and I don't recall. I remember saying hello to you.
I did see you, and it was I don't know, man. I'm like you. I'm all over the place because I did do a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But our normal meeting place was great.
Do what now? Tasha, what'd you say? I missed it.
I said it was probably Steve's live.
No, I
The
haven't. I
backwoods
don't.
misfit.
I haven't been in there much lately. I went in there, but I basically was lurking like Bob a time or two. I think I met. No, they did call me out the other day in the side chat. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they said Steve said hello. Yeah.
No, sometimes I lurk, so like it's hard for me to remember where I see you because sometimes
hmm
I see you and I'm not chatting because right now I'm unemployed, so I'm doing like housework and working on the yard and the property
hmm
pool and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
always have my headphones on. I'm listening to something. Occasionally, I'll be able to see somebody in chat, but I did see you somewhere, and I don't remember.
I don't either. Hey, I want to ask you a question, Rich. You're more into audio, like I am into audio. I turned my main processor off. DBX 286. You may have heard of it.
Okay.
Is it? It was over to me. It was over modulating. Is it a little bit better now? Does it sound too loud?
No, the microphone sounds great, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see any, not
Okay.
hearing no clipping or anything like that.
Okay.
Now,
Not too
what do you
low.
mean by no? It's not too quiet. What do you mean by
It
modulating? Where
it
you
was
have
just
to process?
loud. I mean, just
Okay.
intensely. Yeah, I went back about 20 minutes ago before I come on here, and I was listening to one of my streams, and man, it's just like it's just loud. Put it that way.
Now, yeah, no, it's great right now, man. It
Okay.
sounds awesome. Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll be able to tell you right now because right now you're on my.
Mm-hmm. See, when I want to listen to audio, I don't have my co-host anymore. I go, I listen to it on the computer, I listen to it on my phone, and I go to my big screen TV and I listen to it. I kind of get an overall idea of how loud this thing is. But it was too loud lately. A few weeks ago, I had it turned up way more than this. And
Rich, you talk. Give me something to compare it to.
Really? Yeah, I'll talk. Like a
yeah,
big
compare
fast
it,
guy.
Eagle, for us.
Well, this is a Shure. I don't know what microphone it looks like. I can't
Well,
see the
no,
microphone.
but level wise,
But yeah,
I was
Sure.
just
he's
saying.
using the same microphone, the exact same microphone as me. We should be pretty in sync. Depending, I'm using a Focusrite interface right
Mm-hmm.
now, but I'm using a effects Tascam board behind me here, just sitting. You'll
Okay.
see these little lights behind here, but it's a 32 channel board, and
Okay.
I can operate an effects board, or I got reverb. You can hear a little bit going on
Mm-hmm.
there,
Right.
and I can control the mids and the low and the high.
I'd like to have that. I've got the DBX 286. It has noise gate, bass, treble.
Yeah.
They call it low and high. It
Yeah.
also clamps out. What else has it got? Compressor that compresses the sound, so that way if you yell, it won't be too loud, or you raise your voice. Supposedly, it's but it only does one channel. I don't have the reverb effects or anything like that on it. Now,
Yeah, no, well, I mean,
Mhm.
if for a microphone just running around like on podcasts and stuff like that and
Mhm.
talking right now, it's dialed in pretty good.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
I knew you would know. So that's why
Yeah,
I
yeah.
asked you.
No, it's good, man. It's good. If
I've had.
anything, once you start getting more hobbit, like once you start getting more comfortable with it when you're listening back to yourself, you'll
Mhm.
find these microphones work really well when they're kind of pointed away from, if they're set a little hot, but you're speaking
Mhm.
through the mic, like on an angle, so to speak, like not
Yeah.
right into the microphone. If you go into the microphone, they clip right away. Like you'll hear they're just like, whoa, they're really loud.
Mhm.
But if you talk kind of on an angle on a 45 and just have that microphone just near the side of your mouth,
Right.
you can run the microphone a little hotter,
Yeah.
and you'll find it's crisp.
I know.
If you have gain control, you can. But I mean, right now, as far like I said, for talking, I think it's set great. It's dialed
Okay,
in good,
thanks.
man. You have EQ on there at all? No.
Outside of low and high, no EQ.
Well, that's all you need.
Yeah, that's all I need though.
Yeah, yeah. You don't. The mid frequency is more control for me for guitar, right?
I did have what
So
I had it
good.
really high, but I was able to basically get way back from it and still talking. It sounded kind of loud.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
normal, I should say. And
Yeah.
I want to get it where it sounds kind of not too low right now, closer to it, and not too
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, wherever that comfortability is that you feel the microphone. Like I said, the microphone work is a talent in itself. It takes just knowing your microphone and finding the sweet spot and hearing it over and over again on your own streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going, oh, that one's kind of neat. But honestly, good practice, if you can, is if you have a cell phone, for any time that you make adjustments, any time that you might make an adjustment that day, take a picture. Because when you listen back to that live stream and you're like, oh man, you can find the date of when you published that, you can be like,
Mm-hmm.
so far, you have somewhere to fall back on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
Gotcha.
me, I was going, I got all this gear. And for a while, like when I first started using it, it was all great and everything. And then all of a sudden things started crashing around me, and a few equipment things started falling apart. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to like figure out, I was like, oh man, how do I get back to where I was? And
Yeah.
The
it
baseline.
took me a while, man.
I
What's
did
that?
that. Got my adjustments off, and it was just,
Yeah,
I'd
man.
have to tweak it again. Uh-huh.
Every stream, you're like, darn it, it's okay, but
Mm-hmm.
it can be better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the audio is always, for me, it's a never-ending battle. To be honest, I've said it to Judy, like I'm at a point where I understand my interface and my microphone and the distance to that, and I have you. I don't know if you can see it here. I can move the camera down, but you
Blow
can
him,
see here.
blow him up, Tasha, can you? So I can
You can
see.
see here on the.
For just a second, please, if you don't mind. What is it? I'm a gearhead too. I love
You can
gear.
see down here. I have
Uh-huh.
this thing that's lighting up. You see how it's lighting up for me?
Yeah.
So while I'm talking with you, there's a screen over here. Okay, set up here that I'm seeing us in. We're talking and everything like that.
Right.
But
Okay.
this is lined up in a way so that when I'm talking with you guys, I see the lights lighting up. And
Okay.
so when I'm singing, if I'm like going into it and I start talking, you can see it's going green. But if I start getting really close, it starts getting red. See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's because I'm directly in
Mm-hmm.
the microphone. So once you find
Right.
that distance,
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm learning through a light. Lights are telling me I can be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you know what I mean? And still be focused on the front of the screen that I'm staring at.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's good.
yeah,
Tasha. Thank.
that's how I've been figuring it
Mm-hmm.
out.
Was that
I,
Beers and Cheers we were playing with that?
Rich, I got something similar. I got a SL solid state logic audio interface. Now
Yeah.
it's fed into the DBX processor, and
Okay.
I can tell when if I get close to it, I start going into the red. I have a
Yes, you have a
bar.
little thing there,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's where you would set your sound adjustment to where you feel comfortable close to the mic. And what you'll do
Mhm.
is when you start seeing yourself in a live stream, you start watching over, you might find where your common area is by looking over it. And you'll find people, if I want to get close to the microphone, I can, but I have to turn my faders down. So now I'm right on the
Mhm.
mic and
Right,
I'm not
Mom.
clipping. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm right on the microphone. I'm barely clipping, but I don't want to ride this thing on my mustache all the time and like
Mhm.
get a sock. You know what I'm saying?
You get a
So
proximity effect a little bit too. I can tell when you get close to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's good to find it, get it a little hot, and then
Hmm.
stay a distance away. Just a little bit, and just don't talk directly into the mic. That's how you'll get the crispest sound out of these. Because again, these are LCD LED lights, and they're digital software. They're not like analog.
Right.
So I've found a lot of people have complimented me through certain presentations, and the machine was kind of clipping a little bit. It was just a
Hmm.
little bit going in. But on the stream, everybody's like, "It's the best sound you've ever had," and I'm going, "Well,
Hmm.
damn it, it's against all the logics of what the machine's telling me, right?" So I just find that little sweet spot, man. And I work the
Right.
lights. I have the light visible wherever my stream is. I have it up visible so I can see it active all the time.
I have to look down. Then I got
You
another one
guys
under there. But
and
the
let me
one
make
under
my
my
phone
bench, I don't. The only thing I did that while ago was the last preamp. I clicked it one click down, and I don't go under there. I'm gonna get me a rack. It's a rack mounted one, and I'm gonna get a
Yep.
little small rack
Yep.
eventually. I do want to know what is the name of that thing under your
The,
monitor you mentioned earlier. The one with
this
up, uh, the one that processes your EQ and all that.
The one behind, yeah, that's
Yeah,
called it's a Tascam DP24, and
DB24.
yeah, DP24. They're
Let me write
around
that.
800, something like that, brand new on online or whatever. They've been the same model has been available for almost 15 years now because they haven't had to upgrade the thing or anything. They might, have a different modded model, but it's still the same functions and everything like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it's held its quality, like held its price for years now. People use it all over the place. But the thing is, here's the thing. If you're looking for something for podcast, I would suggest, since you already have an interface, that you would maybe look at something of like a mixer, something that would allow you to share audio, your cell phone audio. You would have programmed
Yeah.
buttons that you could put off sound effects, stuff like this.
Hmm.
Me being a musician, that's what leans me towards this expensive board, right?
Right.
I don't even need this for a stream. I can pop into your living room and have a 12-piece band plug into this board in your living room and we can record.
Cool. Have
So,
you
you know
have
what
you
I'm
seen
saying?
the Roadcaster Pro 2? I think it's called. It's
No,
okay.
I
It's
think
out now.
so. Actually, yeah, I did see it. I did actually. We were looking at mixers today. I was looking at a
Hmm.
different one, a GB something. What was it called?
It's supposedly you can take phone calls, Bluetooth. You can make all kinds of sounds. Clap. Or laugh.
It
All
does
that.
loop backs, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to have that, but I think it's $699.
Yeah, well, see,
So,
having that, you wouldn't even need an interface or anything. It just USB
right.
or Bluetooth right to your computer, and you're
Hmm.
streaming through that.
Yep.
So, I mean, once you start getting into those, but there is simpler ones that they're available.
Hmm.
That are out there now. The
See,
live
I got
streaming boards, they're not complicated at all.
for the DBX. I paid 225. Now it's about 260, 270. The SSL I paid $300 for it, just a USB audio interface. And when I did that, instead of buying the what you call it, the what's that inline thing? What's the name of it? I forget now. It's an inline amp, basically, in your chain. Instead of
Okay.
getting it, I just bought the DBX because it has not only the amp and the preamps and all that, it's got the low, high, and the compressor and you name it on it. So that's why I
Yeah.
bought it for $200 initially.
All right. Well, I'm
But
gonna step
anyway,
down here and go use the washroom and grab something to eat and find out what next party might be flying around on the YouTube.
Rich got his
Uh,
shades on. Bob says,
yeah,
"Where's
somebody.
mine?"
Bob
Mine's
said,
right
"Yeah,
here.
where's my shades?"
Mine's
Yeah,
right
that's
over
what he
here.
said. Where's your shades? He asked you where's your shades.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Have
Little
a good
Stevie
night,
Wonder.
Rich.
Night,
Thanks,
man.
Tasha. Have a good one, everybody.
Good
Cheers,
seeing you
Brady.
again.
Wayne.
See you soon, Rich.
I wished
Yeah,
I
buddy.
came on a little earlier.
Hey, Bearded Eagle, look at my headphones with a mic on it. See it?
Sorry, let me
Oh
take
yeah,
these off so I can see. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
right there.
I
The
can actually
microphone.
I can read the side chat better with the glasses on. I can with them off
Headphones
to
on.
a point.
Mine has microphone on the side. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
It's clear as a
Well,
bell. It has a
Sounds
volume
good.
switch on it.
Hmm.
can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Hmm.
This is just Bluetooth.
Hmm.
I can even use it on the telephone with this
Uh,
too. And a laptop and
Yeah, this is Bluetooth. So
you're a little low, bearded. There, Eagle.
that's
Just a
what
little.
everybody at my last job used to say that too. Let me turn it up on my
Uh-huh.
side. Is that any better?
yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
a little bit. Hmm. I mean, we can hear you.
Because it makes you unbearably loud. So that's why
Okay.
I always have it turned down. But I'll leave it up because I'm kind of soft spoken.
Mhm. I actually am considering for. Why am I echoing?
I don't know why you echoing.
I don't have a browser open. Somebody else did. Okay. I've been thinking about getting a XLR headset for like $200. It has the mic just like Wayne.
I
It,
bought these for 14.
And
I
yeah,
didn't pay $300 for these.
XLR headsets are about around $200. And what's good about it though, I can run it on the same system here.
Well, this one here
that I
from
got.
Burlington sold these for 14, so they
I
were
had
good.
I started out on YouTube with a $3, basically a $20 Amazon headset mic, and I used to joke about it. It was horrible mic, man. God,
This one's pretty good. It don't echo or nothing. It's clear as a bell.
mine I would I can't explain it. I would end up it'd act weird. Sometimes I'd overtalk people, almost like lag. And I
Not
would
this though. This is pretty nice. I like these headphones. They don't echo. They have no noise in them. They're clear.
No, but Elliot, I know what he's talking about. Like, it's the Shure. I don't know what it is about. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm pointing. The Shure microphones. I've been on a ton of panels, and whoever has the Shure microphone seems to have precedence. I don't know if it's a matter of native single channel audio or dual channel audio, and it's something that is better integrated than all these stupid devices that are everywhere else.
Well, sure. Even this mic here, you can use it in music recording like Rich does. Anything. I mean, you can use this for a radio station.
Right.
This one. So it is high quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like the Holy Grail. But it
Yeah.
seems for some reason if all of us, 5 of us, started talking at the same time, I think that the viewers would hear you.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that or know it.
It's weird. And I pay attention to it because I've been in choirs and doing audio stuff since I was like 6.
Let's say hello to the side chat. Got a few people popped in here. Some of them I don't know. Siberian Gal Pal is here. Hello. Nice to meet you. Keith Jenkins. Some of these people I don't know. See, you all probably know their names. Keith Jenkins Salute is with us.
Yeah, Siberian Gal Pal. Her name's Alice. That's her name. And
I'm on my phone, so I can't.
I do better with channel names because that way I don't have to guess, especially when I first meet people. See, I told you in our community we don't call people now. They're starting to call me Elliot because I got my Elliot on my right there.
Right.
But they don't even do that a lot. They usually just say AR, and I have a hard time. Only a few people's names do I know. I know Kettle Kitchen, yours, your brother's, Bearded Eagle. I don't even know. Tasha's I know. Bob I know. Brutal Bob. Outside of that, and I know the guys that I stream with, but they don't want their name called out on a stream. They want to stay with their incognito name, So
It's not super incognito, but I work in the tech industry, and I've worked for Google. I mean, this is my Google hat. Wasn't I wearing that earlier?
Oh God, I won't say nothing. I'll be quiet about Google.
I mean, I've worked for Microsoft and Google for their AI stuff.
Oh wow! Microsoft's got the AI running now, testing it. Chat. I get the last few words.
Not Chat GPT.
Yeah, that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You should play with it. If you haven't played with it, don't listen to the news about it. Just play with it. Just like any other piece of software, play with it.
I worry about the future with AI because it can definitely be used in war and everything you can imagine.
I'm going to drop down. I'll see you guys later, okay?
It's programmed.
See you, Dave. Oh, yeah, I know.
It's
also learning. It's learning. Imagine a war if all of a sudden they decided something got wrong and all of a sudden they just started shooting everybody randomly. Whoa.
They could totally already have that in there. I mean,
tomorrow, Tasha. Take care.
That could be what is taught about World War III is that AI had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because it's programmed. At the end of the day, it's not actually a knowledge source.
I I've read a lot of articles on what they think the good and the bad of it could be in the future. What it is, if it's controlled and used right, it'll be okay. I also read about it the other day, and I won't go political because I'm on another channel, talking about what would happen if it gets that way, if people like Hitler, Stalin, leaders like that, even ones in the future, get a hold of it. Whoa, man, it's not good. Mother Hen, hello, evening.
No, but we could talk about it. That's a good point. We should stick to like the technology aspect.
Right.
I worked in speech software, which is just an interface, we think of it as a human sense, senses.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on the speech interface for AI for 6.5 years.
Years ago, I had a friend. I repair computers. I'm A+. I did A+ certification years ago. And plus, I actually learned more on computers than I did in the classroom. I had a friend, he was in his 40s, and he asked me one day, he says, why can't one day these computers, you won't even have to type nothing, you just talk? And I said, well, it's already there through Dragon Naturally Speaking. I said, it'll be a while, soon. And sure enough, fast forward about 12, 13 years after his death, we got phones we speak into. It does kind of act crazy sometimes. You'll say, like if I call my brother Eddie, his name's Eddie, it'll go 80. Yeah, which is weird.
How old were you when you remember Dragon?
Oh, gosh, I was late, probably 30 or 40, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the days. I was in computers when Windows 95 launched.
Yeah.
I wasn't in DOS before that. I ran data entry, computers at work, but I didn't have any experience. Back then, PCs were very expensive.
Yeah.
To get one in a home. But once I think my first computer I rented, and I'm not like most people, I'm not scared of computer. So I crashed the operating system. The rental place had to reload it, and they said, we should charge you for it. And I said, that's okay. Well, I said, I did what I did. So I went in the computer. I went to the branch in there and the operating system, looking at everything. And that's actually why I learned to work on it, because I wasn't afraid of it. I just went in everything. Sometimes I screw it up. And,
so that was Windows 3.11 days, and you basically had to boot into DOS first, and then we ran Windows from there. And in those days, this was 1994. We could delete the auto exec, which was essentially the page file for the operating system that allowed the memory and the hard drive to kind of communicate about the operating system. That's exactly what you're talking about. I used to do the same thing, but I was 10.
Wow.
I just happened to have an uncle who was in that industry, and I could name names and brand names and things that you'd heard of, but I like to avoid all that. But so I was actually one of the first people to have a flight simulator at home.
Wow.
And I was not 12. And I was a beta tester for Windows Whistler, which later became XP.
I did a little bit beta testing. It's been a long time.
But I graduated high school in 2001. So like by the time when I graduated high school, I was like, wait, people are taking computer classes? I was like, I didn't even realize it, because I had done so much computer stuff in my personal life. I never even, because I did music and stuff in school.
Right.
Never even paid attention to computers. But now here I am.
Yeah, you started out earlier. Me, when I took my class, XP was out when I took the class. I took it in around 2000, and XP was already out, and I just learned it. first things I learned was formatting hard drives, using a C:// thing in the old days. I did have some software that I could low level format hard drives and wipe it where the government couldn't even recover it. And I also had a disk that I could do that too, or a little floppy back in the day. I used to have tons of back in the old days. Pirated software was everywhere on the internet. I had tons of it, man. Literally.
In that exact time frame, I had one called NetBus. I'm sure a million other people. But we could take this to school, and there was just like any good service, there was a slave and a master, and you could install the demon, whatever you want to call it, on all the lab machines in the lab, and then go home and install the master at home. And I could open all the CD drives. I could print anything I wanted from any machine on the network. You could reverse the mouse. You could, no matter what you type on the keyboard, it says, AR gun 1776. So like you could do whatever you wanted and take over, because what happened was the technology leapfrogged the kind of education system.
Mm-hmm. I used to have a cracked program. I had a cracked Norton antivirus. I used to sell it for $30 per computer to put it out. And actually, after a while, it got so old, I just threw it away. I threw a bunch of stuff away recently, CDs, a lot of programs. When we went from XP to Windows, what was it, Windows 10? Was it Windows 10? A lot of programs we used to use on XP and, 96 on that wouldn't work no more.
XP, no, after XP was Vista.
Yeah, I remember Vista. I never used it. I didn't like it. I did load a lady's computer one time with Windows Vista. And
most people went straight to Windows 7, and Windows 7 is where I started my software career officially. We were doing application compatibility for the top 100 applications for Microsoft contracts, accounts like Photoshop, things like that, who had billions of people saying what you just said, which was Vista sucks. None of my applications work. Well, Windows 7 was was basically done when Windows Vista came out, but they were still working on it. Anyway, when I was hired, it was this huge effort to make sure that software built for XP worked on Windows 7. And so we were literally just kids installing stuff, and we're like, okay, got this error message, file a bug, and they were building shims so that when that software came up, they could do a version lie to the executable and say, yeah, we're XP, just execute, forget about it. You know what I mean? Even though it was being run on Windows 7.
I had a ton of programs I couldn't even run on the Windows 10. Ton of them. Photoshop, Paint programs. What else?
Did you say Windows 10?
Yeah, I think it was Windows 10. I couldn't load it anymore. Yeah, a lot of programs. You had to do it in the compatibility mode. Remember that's still here, compatibility mode, even on Windows 10 right now. I've actually had trouble downloading certain software without running. I had to run the compatibility mode to get it to install. And I hadn't did that in a while.
I'll tell you from my perspective what the problem is. The problem is they outsource everything. So instead of having, let's just say you and I were going to build a software company in our city where you and I live. We would have a certain amount of people that were ready to do specific things. And those people would next year they would know everything that we did last year. The year after that, et cetera, et cetera. These massive companies treat us, I'm one of them. After I have 15 years experience in software. So I'm one of these people that's like, oh, okay, well, what's your minority status? No. Okay. Your budget's cut. That's how it feels. It's anecdotal. But anyway, if I was running a business with you, we would keep the, just like our grandparents, we would basically raise someone from apprentice to expert to when they retired. Now it's not like that. You have somebody for 9 months, and then you retrain the next guy after the first guy trained him. And guess what? When employee A trains employee B, you're getting 80% tops. That's your ceiling. Because you have all kinds of different emotional things going on from employee A. It's, and then there's communication gaps. You're only getting max 80%. And then, okay, we're just going to cut the budget, fire everybody, hire a new group. They're just humans. They're just program managers. They're just developers. They'll pick it up. It's just C#. You know what I mean? This mentality where humans are expendable is where it's like, hang on, bud. Are you that disconnected from what actually makes your company work that you think you can just keep firing and rehiring, firing, reshuffling? Oh, reorg. Okay, now you're in the customer satisfaction team. Okay, now you're in sales. Okay, we're over here. Yeah, we're not letting you go. We're firing all the vendors, not you. And they're just shuffling all these people. And meanwhile, you have about 6 to, and I've been there. I've been to Microsoft 5 times. So I have 5. Actually, I think I have 7 different aliases there. From, today your email address changed. But like, there's no, the application, to your point, this is why I'm rambling. The application compatibility team shouldn't have changed. We had such a great thing going. I had what we called, no, we're good. This has been like 14 years. So we had a thing called Medusa, where I could install 7 different flavors of Windows on 7 different machines and use one mouse and keyboard and control all of them at once. So I could be a manual tester. This was the beginning of my career. I could manually test 8, I don't remember if it was 8, but just by doing the mouse movements and the keyboard strokes, I was controlling different flavors of their operating system. I mean,
Cool. Boy, Rich has got a nice looking, expensive console, Model 24. If this is the one I'm looking at. Wow. It's a musical mixer board. It is nice.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, he's a musical brilliant.
Yeah. I'm trying to find, I think, $1,000 for it now, I think. Let's see. Let me see where it's at. I don't see it for sale anywhere. Let me look. eBay. See what's on what they're going for on eBay. 700 excellent condition on eBay for one. No, that's not the one. I'm wrong. Sorry. Okay, here it is. D. No, that's not it either.
I'm still here waiting for her to call me back.
If it's a Model 24, he said. I thought he said 824, but could be 24 is what he said. That's a nice one. I just can't get a price on it right now. It's not showing up. And it talks about. I've heard of Tascam. I know a few things they've got. Audio interfaces they definitely got. Well, they got everything. Blu-ray players. Okay. I'll have to ask him again sometimes when he's on. Is it a 24 or 824?
It looked like you just filtered some, like you were out camping and filtered some pond water.
Who?
I used a
Oh,
what do they call those? It's like the
The
two.
white straw.
be right back.
Yeah, this is a life straw. Life straw water.
Well, I would hope that it'd look better than that coming through a life straw.
I hope so too. But I've never opened one.
Me either.
I
I
have
want to
some.
get a couple, but I haven't used them.
They're they were kind of
Well, such that you're unemployed right now.
yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, push up. I tell you, that vet's costing me a lot of money to get dead I don't want to get that thing running. And then it may not be out of the shop for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. I seen the owner the other day and I says, I was going to bring my vet in. I was going to call you today, a few days ago. And I says, asked him could he balance tires. And he said, the guy that owns the machine shop, he said, he's slowing down now, not taking as much work. And I said, will he be still doing my thing? He said, oh yeah. And so I'm going to have a machine shop go through that motor and basically do a long block. So when it comes out, I'm hoping I may even pay $300 to balance the crank. If I do that, I'll be able to take that thing up to 6,000, 7,000 RPM. I'll be able to smoke the tires and run fast, and my motor won't blow up easy.
Fast
I'm an
cars
old,
and faster women.
I don't know if I ain't had no fast women in quite a few years. I got tired of them.
Look, Christ, you might want some slow women nowadays.
All they wanted was if I bought a trench coat, you didn't buy me one. If I got a credit card, you didn't put me on it. Even if I was dating them, I said, no. You never tell me how much money you make. And I go, no. You going to do that when I live with you? I go, yeah. I'm not going to talk about my income or tell you how much money I got if I live with you. I said, I run my money only, me, no one else. Not even a wife will run my money. So they go look at me kind of weird. Then I was younger, of course. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that are like that. My my oldest stepson, when I was with my first husband, him and his girl weren't married yet, so it was his money and her money. Now, granted, they had meeting of the minds and paid those together.
Right.
I don't know if they're still like that, but they're married now.
I always had bad luck. They would blow my money. If I hid money, they would find it and do crazy stuff. And I just got to point out, because of my bad marriage, and I ran the money in my first marriage, but I did have a bad marriage. Over the years, I just said no. I had a girlfriend that thought I was going to marry her in the 90s when I owned a Corvette, almost a new Corvette. She has told me one day, she says, I'm going, we get married, I'm going to drive that car every day or anytime I want. And I said, no, you won't. I said, if needs an oil change or needs tires, you're not taking it out of the yard. Oh boy, she couldn't handle that. Gosh, she got upset. And months before that, she'd tell me I'd let her borrow my vet. Sometimes I work night shift. I'd let her borrow it and I'd drive her Oldsmobile. Well, one day she got really high minded, looked at me and says, I want your car 7 days a week. And I said, you can kiss my, you know what? I said, you ain't getting my car 7 days a week. And she didn't. Now I did let her borrow it, 2 days a week at least, And now I look back on, I shouldn't let her borrow it at all. But she hated my car. Hated it with a passion, but yet she wanted to drive it because it was fun. And she used to say, every time I look at that car, I can see you with a 22-year-old blonde chick next to you. And I go, no, I'm not out dating anybody in this car, So
Maybe she was just jealous and
she
hoping
was
that you were.
very
So she
insecure
could
too.
date
And
her, too.
yeah, plus she was wacky. I never got away from that girl, but I did finally. I stayed friends with her. She'd call me sometimes, but I didn't. There was no way you could have a relationship with this girl. I tried. Most time I stayed. She used to stalk me a little bit, and I got where I'd get smart and go to different. Back then, I'd go to different nightclubs or different bars where she couldn't find me. Sneak around. Threw a cigarette in my vet one day. Luckily, I walked out of the bar.
Hold on, wait.
But then cigarette burning there on my leather driver's seat. Luckily, it did not burn my leather. And
I'd have probably put it out with her face.
yeah, I wasn't happy. It was it was one of those very volatile relationships, almost like a Fatal Attraction movie. What it was like. It was horrible. Nightmare. She used to call my house. My mother wake her up at 2 a.m. and go, "Where's your son out? Out in some nightclub chasing women?" And I go, "Will you quit calling my mother?" And it got to the point where I would actually tell her sometimes she'd call and she'd be fussing and raising hell, and I'd call her the bee from hell.
Is that a phone? Are you eating a push-up right now?
Yep.
Yeah,
Do
push
you
up.
have those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walmart sells them 6 in a box, I think.
And there's a stick thing?
Yeah, these little plastic now. It used to be wood years ago. Yeah, you just push it up.
You still get push pops.
Now, I don't know why.
I
buy this in a bowl, and it's not as good. For this some reason, it's better. I don't know.
It's always better that way than in the dish. But you can still get them through Swans, too.
Swans.
The push pop.
Yes, I think it's Walmart brand too, and it's only $2.80.
Good deal.
Dollar Tree has them too.
Do they? I bought 4 boxes a few days ago. Load them in my freezer. If I get bored, I'll grab me one of these and bring it in a room here and mess around on the bench. And I got to work on reloading 40 cal here in the next. I'm probably just going to do some video editing and do it. I don't like editing, but I'm going to have to do it to get a good video content out there. But
so 40 cal.
Yeah, 40 Smith & W. I got XTP hollow points. 100 I got a load right there.
What branch of the military were you in?
Oh, I'm not.
Were you in the police force?
Nope. Mm-mm.
How did you get hooked on 40?
40.
I always give my
40 was really big for a few years, decades ago. Like in 2000s.
They didn't have a big jar of Walmart.
I just recently bought. I had a 9 in 2000, and I bought another. I got a 9mm M&P now, and I just like 40. It's just got a lot more punch, more powder in it. It's more stronger.
But you have 9s and 45, so when you're...
I don't like 45.
Oh, you don't have any?
No, I don't have any 45 pistols.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have 40. I got rid of all my 40s. I'm going to buy a 40. I'm trying to find a barrel for my 9mm and put a 40 barrel in it when I want to change. These are for my brother. He's got I sold him my 40. Looks like a Beretta.
I just like to give people shit when they're because I come from a reloading farming family,
Mm-hmm.
the Oregon Trail and the Mayflower, whatever.
Wow.
But when you have a ton of different rounds and one of them's 40, I'm like, all right, well, I either take my hat off to you thank you for your service, or you were a cop, and the person you made it for must be one of those two.
No, we just, I went to 40. I bought a bunch of 40s here years ago, about 10, 12 years ago, and I traded them in, sold them. And now I got 9, and I miss 40. 40 will crack bone and a lot better than a 9 will.
No,
especially low. See, when I
is so much, it'll take your arm off. It won't just crack your bone. The 45 ACP takes your arm off.
Oh yeah, I know. If I buy anything, it would be a 1911 10mm. 10mm is basically
11.
Yeah, 10 millimeter. Well, this is basically a 10 millimeter. The 40 is just a weak one.
10's fine, but
Mm-hmm.
45 ACP is
They're around.
just saying 40. It's kind of a Fed thing. All my Fed friends, my Fed and cop friends, they're all like 40. Yes, love it.
Mm-hmm.
We make fun of them, but
I just love 40. To me, it shoots easy. It's not. It don't kick much, and it'll just penetrate a little bit better than 9. Now, if I carry 40, I'm gonna load these to carry. But if I carry 40, I'll buy Hornady XTP plus P. And those things are just like getting shot with basically a 357 Magnum.
Away from that can.
But,
I do like 357.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be my carry. When I do get a 40, that's going to be my carry round is a Hornady. Already made factory round plus P. Boy, that thing is killer. And
I use the Hornady Critical Defense.
Yeah, that's a good round. I like them. I like the, what is the other one? Critical Duty. Critical Duty's got a little more penetration power for hard objects. I've read research. So, but,
what I don't like about Critical Defense from Hornady is the rubber tip they put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually prevents the rounds from cycling in a magazine because they're rubbing up against the inside of your mag well.
Mm-hmm.
The rubber, none of the lube inside of your gun is set up for rubber.
Yeah.
And especially if you're putting on your pants and it's your everyday carry and you're taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, and it's got that pocket lint layer that just coats everything.
Mm-hmm. Bob says he has 10 millimeter.
The rubber gets stuck. So
yeah, I haven't heard anything about that one.
You just simulate that by living in the city and going out shooting every 3 months or whatever, and you go out and you're like, oh, it's not cycling.
So you have that problem with yours when you carry Hornady?
Hornady on a polymer frame, like
okay.
I mean, these are.
Yeah, don't handle one with a camera. They can take her channel down tonight.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But,
okay, I didn't know if you knew that. But yeah.
Well, yeah, didn't get no. So these are polymer. I believe polymer framing, and then obviously the mags is stainless, but the rubber tip on it.
Yeah.
Different friction than the lube in your gun is meant for.
I agree. Yeah, I got you on that one. You don't have a problem with it? Does it feeding? Do you have feeding problems?
I do. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. What gun you got? What are they going through?
So, the one that I'm talking about. So I've had the same problem with like micro, like at a XDS, Springfield XDS, or like what's the shield? The shield is same kind of body.
I carry a M&P 2.0 flat dark earth 5-inch barrel 9 millimeter.
Yeah,
I don't do the 4 1/4. I just even though the 5-inch is a little more uncomfortable sitting in a vehicle, I just love the 5-inch. It's better to shoot. And 2.0's got the steel metal in it now, under the thing. It's reinforced a little bit better. The other gun I carry, a 9 millimeter, is a 1911 stainless steel Springfield Armory. Entry level competition. I may take my M&P 2.0 9 millimeter. I may take and have the slide cut for red dots. I hadn't made up my mind yet on that one, but I do want a red dot, so I may convert it. I think it's like $150, and I want to try to get really good with a red dot. You get good with a red dot, you get in a gunfight. That personal iron sight's going to have a little more difficulty, especially people that don't practice a lot. And vast majority of gun owners don't practice a lot of them. My brother, he carries guns, but he hardly ever shoots. I try to go to the range with him all the time. I'm reloading. I'm about to reload 600 rounds of 40 for him in time, and yet I hope we go to the range and shoot a few. Because I think he should go to the range a little more often. And not only that, I get to pick up free brass. When I walk in the range, it's an outdoor range. First thing I say is, "Hey, everybody, I'm a reloader. If you don't want your brass, I want it. I don't care what they got. I'll take it. If it's 30-30, 308, 306, 270, give me the brass, and I bring it home."
7mm, 22-250.
I do. My first round I started learning on was 5.56, 223 5.56. That's my first round. There's one that's completed. Now this is soft point. A lot of people don't know that Federal, for the FBI, makes a 55 grain soft point bullet for law enforcement. FBI uses it, and believe it or not, this little hollow point, it's about 3,000 feet per second. It expands. It's killer. FBI uses this supposedly. At least they did.
Sounds like an M855.
Nice. It goes on a 5.56 AR platform, AR-15. Here's my bullet. Bullets are so little you can't even see them. I mean, they're tiny.
Look at the next to the primer. Look at the bullet casing. It should say. I bet you it says 855.
No. Mm-mm. It just says my 223 brass either is commercial or NATO.
Oh, you didn't even look at it, so you know.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, I can read it now and tell you. I already know what form another is going to be. Hang on.
So hey, take a magnet. Take your bullet.
Oh, I don't have steel.
They're not core.
Right here is.
So then they're not 855s.
Right here is Remington commercial round. No, there's nothing 855 on 223. Right here's 223 Remington. This is commercial brass. I got NATO brass too now. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Look at private chat quick.
Okay.
There's 933 and 855. 933 doesn't have a steel core. 855 does.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with those rounds.
Those are the NATO rounds.
My NATO here, well, on a 223 5.56, mine is 22 caliber.
Well,
M16 uses 223 5.5, basically 5.56. M16 full auto.
I know most of them are set up to do either one, but if you look at the stamp on the next to the firing pin, you'll see the marking which tells you what type of load and bullet are on that casing.
Not on my brass, it don't. Like right here.
But if somebody made it for you, there's no way.
Right here is Lake City military brass. This is NATO brass right here.
Right, but what's the number after that? There's a number. Lake City is a brand.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be 55. It's going to be 855. I'm sorry.
Nope.
You got me mixed up. 933.
Nope. It's got a 001. Looks like a 17 or a 00, then a 7. And it's just got some dots. Lake City's Lake City. Let me look at another one here. Let's see. This is okay. Here's the numbering on Lake City, which is military brass. The number stamped on this is 2020. Military brass. All right. So they only make two types of brass for a 5.56. That's 5.56. Lake City, Federal, CBC makes it in South America. And I know there's a few other companies that do. And then Hornady makes commercial. I got some commercial brass now. I got quite a bit of commercial here. Here's a PMC 223 Remington commercial brass right there.
Do you think it's 55 grain?
They don't put the weight of the bullet on brass.
No, but it should
No.
tell you if it's a 933 or an 8885 M855
It doesn't.
or XM855. It'll tell
Oh, I
you.
know what you're talking about. You're talking about green penetrators. I've got that back there. I got that commercial stored, stocked. Yeah, that's that. But there is just basically NATO brass. Now my brass is also from Israel. Some of it is called IMR. I can't remember now. It's back there in the back. I have to go look at it.
That's the beauty of the NATO 933 and 855. So 855, what you were just talking about.
Yeah, that is a type of bullet. 855. But see,
it's talking about the bullet and
I know it.
And the grain is different, but so the 933 is a little bit different. It doesn't have a steel core. It's a lot cheaper.
You're talking about the 193.
193.
Yeah, 190 X193 is the old Vietnam full metal jacket round that was used years ago. 193. X55 is the or X50 is the green penetrator, which I have some of them.
So the X, all the X means is that it was an imperfect set. So the lasers go around and make sure that that bullet is perfect.
See, there is no numbers outside of 20, and here's like a 17 on this brass, which means nothing really. There's there's nothing. Lake City's just Lake City. Lake City's who makes the military's ammo.
I know, but when they make it for the military, I don't know what that looks like.
I got that. I'll go get it. Hang on a minute.
Oh, that's what you're looking at.
No, I got NATO brass already fired, but you can't tell what bullet was ever in this brass. We don't know. Probably full metal. Probably a 55 grain. It could have been a 55 grain full metal jacket in it. It could have been a 60 grain full metal jacket. It could have been a 62 grain. It could have been a 70 grain or even a 77 grain. I have some 70, I think 77 grain hollow points back there, which is Sierra.
No, but the 193s and the 855s they all have 55 grain.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they just have a different bullet.
But you won't see it on the brass. You won't see no reference to it on the brass.
Grain, exactly. You don't see.
Yeah. I got a bunch of penetrators. I got a box back there full of penetrators. I don't use them. Ranges don't allow them. They're mostly they're survival. They're survival bullets or next revolution bullets. What they're going to be when it comes. Because I'll be too old to fight.
I've never heard of them, but he's right. Brutal Bob's right. They are 62. They're not 55. The green tip.
Yeah.
The 855.
You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they are. I got them back there, Bob. I even got the 70-something grain hollow point, which is Sierra.
But when you're reloading, what's the difference between 55 and 62?
A lot of people like the 62. It's just it's a little harder, a little more
I prefer
heavier.
But
yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for price, I typically do 190 XM 193s. But I do want some VMAX with a red tip, 62 grainers. I think they're 62 grain. I'll have to look. Seem like they are.
The red tip should be the tracer.
That's Hornady. That's Hornady. I'm talking about the Hornady red tip. VMAX is what I'm talking about. Hang on a minute. VMAX. See what comes up. VMAX ammo here.
Because in terms of green tips being the 62 grain 855,
that's a good round. I don't really care to shoot. Green tips are really, to me, is not that good of a round. It's got steel in it.
Traditionally, the red tip should be the tracer.
Yeah, I'm talking about those VMAX bullets, which has got a kind of a hard point on it. Plastic red is what I'm talking about. VMAX. Let's see.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The hard
second.
tip.
Let's see.
Because my dad makes custom rounds.
Let's see. Reloading bullets.
Hang on.
Trying to find them. I know bullets. VMAX are really good around the load because they're heavier and they got a good tip on it. They're really, I think they're boat tail too.
And it's a super dense plastic tip.
Yeah, and it don't melt in high, supersonic speeds either. Hornady developed them so they won't melt. They used to melt at one time. Let's see. Let me write this in here.
Actually, I shot that bear with a custom 7mm Magnum round with one of those polymer tips.
Okay, here we go. Here's the place that's got some VMAX. What does it say? Get the dang ads out of my way. I don't want to buy nothing. Let's see. It doesn't say anything. This is more an article on it. Some dang. I don't want the article. I want the friggin' bullets, the box of them. Let's see. Here we go. Sports Warehouse has got some. Let's see.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, the reloading bullets are VMAX series reloading bullets, $18.99 for 100. That's not bad. That's pretty reasonable, actually. It is a, hold on a second. Can't actually see. That's weird. It don't say the grain. That is weird that it don't say the grain. That's bizarre. And this is Sportsman's Warehouse, though. Okay. Diameter, I know. VMAX, I know. Okay, they got a VMAX 55 grain. I don't want the 55 grain. I want the heavier VMAX bullet. It's a great bullet by Hornady. It's a good, you can even hunt with that round. It's very accurate, too. 193s just aren't the most accurate bullets, and green tips are not the most accurate bullets. Bob knows that, probably. They're not precision bullets, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Here you go. 60 62 grain Hornady. Yeah.
I also believe that the 193, it just occurred to me while I was urinating.
Here it is.
The 193, isn't it designed for the 1 and 3 twist barrel or the 1 and 9 twist barrel? And the 8.5 round is made there's a, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but that's because a 55 grain will work in a 1 and 7 twist, which I have. It'll work in a 1 and 8 twist, and it'll also work in a 1 and 9 twist.
Which length, rifle, and pistol length?
I don't do pistols. I do, 14 or 16-inch barrels. I don't
gas tube length. I mean, we're talking gas tube length.
I know. I don't do pistol gas tube length. I do. What is it? Mid gas. Well, one of them, I got a carbine. My ones I'm going to be doing, they're going to be mid-length gas system. Here's a VMAX, 60 grain VMAX, overall length 2.250. Item number 22281. Elster's Reloading loads a lot of these 60 grain. Y'all kept saying 62. They do make a 62 full metal jacket. Hornady does. They make a 60 grain soft point. And then they make a 60 grain hollow point, which is not a VMAX. And mine are a 55 grain soft point Hornady. Is what mine is right now. I got big old box of them over here. I got almost 2,000 of them. So let me see. I hadn't looked at bullet prices lately. I'd like to shoot the 60. I'd like to buy a few boxes of 60 grain VMAX. I really would. Anyway, enough of that.
The primers are the things that were hard to find last time I was looking.
I got a lot more than this. That's mixed brass. Some people sent me. Some of it's picked up at the range. Some of it I shot brand new in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got more. Brother, now I got.
That's what they say about the XM, is that you should reload them.
What now?
So the XM, you know how you get M855 and XM855?
Mm-hmm.
So the XM855s, I believe that they are warranted to be reloaded once. Because they could have they could have a cracked collar, they could have they're kind of factory seconds. There could be a dent. That's what.
Yeah, I've never into that though. Actually, I never have. Actually, I mean, you'll primer pockets will go sometimes, and you may, get a crack at the neck after a while.
Right.
And
Well, that's why they say
Mhm.
the XM8955 and the XM93, they make X for all of the NATO rounds. It just means they're the factory second. Like,
But I reload these military rounds. I load them about 4 times.
yeah,
Something like that. It depends. And if I load them hot as crap, maybe four times. If I load them, say 29, 3,000. But they do go. The violent AR-15, the way it ejects, it eventually wears the brass out a little faster than a regular gun. What's Bob saying? Yeah. Bob touched on that. Yeah, I was kind of. There really is nothing in reloading. There is no brass guarantee to reload or not reload, except you wouldn't want to reload steel. I don't anyway. I've heard people doing it.
There's no way to do that. No,
I know people's done it.
But I'm saying it's about warranty. So
they don't warranty bullets. That's the point.
XMs is that they're not warranting reloading.
Okay.
If it doesn't have the X in front of it, they will warranty a reload.
I agree I know what you're saying, but see, there is no warranty on any reloading bullets. Any. Don't matter what it is. There is no warranties. They don't give bullet warranties in the reloading business.
Let's put it in a different way. If you and I were sitting at a bus stop and I had brand new bullets and you had bullets that you had reloaded, which one would you rather buy if they were the same price?
I prefer my reloaded because I can reload bullets better than the factories can reload the bullets. And that's something a lot of people don't realize. We as reloaders can load ammunition to a higher level. Now, why can we do that? Because we can reload one at a time or on a turret. Factory has so many thousand, millions running down the line. Sometime a die will be a little off. And I know manufacturing, they'll have to adjust the die a little bit. The seating depth may be a little off. They got to crank that and dial that in. The centricity of the bullet may be a little bit off. But if you're talking about guarantees, you mean that even guaranteed a fire is not guaranteed by a round. If you got a dud in a box, they just say, sorry. Just happen.
And maybe I'm misquoting it, but look up what Wikipedia says about.
Don't pay attention to Wikipedia over reloading. Okay, no.
Focus real quick.
Yeah. No.
All the X means is that it's a factory second. The definition of that, I could be. It could be they're guaranteeing one reload. They could be guaranteeing zero reloads. There's a guarantee if it doesn't have the X that it can be reloaded. But if you buy X M855 ammo, X 193.
X is the designation of the bullet, not the brass. And a bullet, you can't guarantee it because it just goes down the barrel one time.
No.
See?
No.
You need to look over here, Bob. Look what he says. Bearded, I hate to tell you, but X in ammunition means it's for the military, not seconds.
Elliot, I'm talking to you. The X means it's about the casing. It has nothing to do with the brass or the fibers inside of it or the finger that you put it in your ass with.
I can reload brass. I don't care if it's got an X or what. I can reload it. No problem.
If it's brand new, it's M855. If it's not brand new, it's XM855.
I reload all of it. Every bit of it. I have never ran into any NATO ammo that I cannot reload.
I come from a reloading family. I have nothing.
I don't know what they learned, but I reload too.
I'm just
talk with Bob. He'll tell you.
X means it's not a quality. It's not as high quality as the original.
Well, that could be, but
factory.
Here's the point: the brass they put in that X, Bearded, is just as good a brass as Hornady Commercial, as good a brass as Federal Lake City. And matter of fact, it is Federal Lake City, probably in the 855.
The superset.
I've got it back. I got the Israeli version back there. I'm gonna be able to load them at least 3 to 4 times.
X could be from Mars. It's a NATO. It's a NATO equivalent. It doesn't matter where it's from.
But X is about the bullet, not the brass. The bullet.
That's wrong. The X is
Brass is
about
brass.
the casing. How many times has it been fired? How quality is the brass itself? It's all about the
Lake City military. Let me say this. Bob, back me up on this. Military brass is really good brass. Really good brass. You can reload it just as good as you can commercial. There is no different.
It doesn't matter what quality the brass is, but as soon as it's after number 1, it becomes X. Does that make sense yet?
What do you mean number 1? When you fire it?
When you fire it the first time and you reload it, that's now an X round. Okay, so you buy XM193, XM85.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've got XM. Okay, hang on. Everything I got right here is XM93, Bearded. I reload these. This brass here is Lake City. Most of it is. And probably was XM93, 193, or 855, and I can reload this stuff 4 times with no problems.
I'm not arguing.
Well, what are you saying? You're not really saying. You just keep saying that it's not guaranteed. It's seconds.
I told you, one is brand new manufactured brass, and one has been reloaded 1 or more times. That's how it gets the X.
Well, Lake City don't make reloads.
And it may not be a cracked collar. It could be a dent in the casing.
Hey, Bob, chime in on this. Does Federal Ammunition, they make brand new brass reloaded ammo for the military? Here's the point. Military, here's the point. Military will not buy cheap brass to put on the battlefield.
They don't buy anything. It's not a company.
Well, they do. Lake City makes brass for them, and they ship it to them. They have contracts with them.
Lake City is not a military.
Lake City is a plant that produces ammo.
Right. Yeah, that's different.
Well, what I'm saying is the brass is absolutely. I'll read this. Bearded, you are wrong, Bob says.
That's fine.
I'm telling you. And I'm not going to argue about it. I'll just tell you this. I can reload any NATO ammo just as good as I can reload commercial ammo. No problems.
With your statistics.
But you keep saying if you fire it once, it's like garbage or junk or it can't be. What do you repeat it?
It's not a thing to be defensive about.
Yeah.
It is called.
I'm not the one.
There's M855, which was manufactured brand new green tip ammo. Don't interrupt me. XM855 is brand new 855 ammo in a remanufactured casing. So yes, shell is reused. There could be a dent. There could be a crack in the collar. They won't guarantee that you can reload it.
They don't guarantee. There's no ammo out there that has a guarantee to reload.
Or if you could just let me talk and stop interrupting, I wouldn't have.
You've explained this over and over, Bearded Eagle.
I know, but you're just arguing with me.
I'm a reloader. I know what my brass is, and I know what I can reload.
But you don't know what XM is.
I do know what X is. Look at Bob over here. Bob, X means it's loaded to military specs. Right, please. Bob?
Okay.
Bob says, Bearded Eagle, sober up.
Did you background check Bob?
Bob knows his stuff, just like I do. Bob says, I have Lake City brass I have loaded 10 times.
Okay. So you background checked Bob?
I know Bob. Bob he's a reloader. He knows ammo and he knows same things I do.
Okay.
There's nothing much I can tell him. He's probably more knowledgeable than I am. Everything he says, I agree with. It's just what it is.
You don't think somebody on here that knows you from here?
Well, I'll say this. You keep saying that it can only be fired one time or it can't be reloaded. That is absolutely incorrect. Like brass is brass, and it's brand new military brass, and it's made to a high grade.
Okay.
Somehow Wikipedia and the internet has written an article, and you may have read it, that's absolutely incorrect. Wikipedia is.
and it triggered you.
No, it triggered you. I was just telling you that I know how to reload. I know what I'm reloading here.
You
I
actually
got
did.
it.
You couldn't explain to me what XM meant, and just because Brutal Bob
X is military brass. XM855 is military brass. X193 is older Vietnam brass.
I'm sorry, but this is Vietnam, and you're not right.
Well,
you, Bob,
I disagree.
Whoever Bob is,
Bearded, I owned an ammunition company from 1985 to 1999. I had 22 employees and also had military contracts. Bob, is anything I've said wrong?
Oh my gosh, Bob said that in chat. It must be correct.
Yeah, he's been talking to you, but you apparently not reading it.
I can't read the chat. I'm on a phone.
Mm-hmm. But he knows what he's doing. I do too. We know how to reload military brass with no problem. We do it every day.
Asking you to reload military brass,
and there is no guarantee.
X means when you buy 855, that's cheaper than your buddy that bought the green tip stuff. X means it's not painted green because it's been reloaded. That's all.
Okay. Bob says, Bearded, you want to bet a.
It doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Bob's willing to bet you $1,000 on that X.
Cool.
$1,000.
$1,000 in chat, but you're wrong.
Anyway, enough of this discussion. We don't need to talk anymore on it.
You can't argue with me about.
Oh, I disagree. I'm a reloader. Bob's a reloader. So that's all I'll say. No hard feelings. Just it is what it is.
Couldn't tell me what XM855.
I know what I got X back there. I know what X is.
Okay, what is it?
It's a military designation.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's screen tips.
X means
I got it back there in the back.
Been reloaded. It
has nothing to do with it. The military don't
defect.
When the military makes a round, that brass is every bit as good as commercial brass. They don't use cheap brass.
You Google it. Don't get defensive.
Well, see, that's the problem. You're going to Wikipedia and Google and don't tell you everything right.
Google doesn't know everything.
So you're learning everything from the internet.
Okay, let's argue instead of Googling it.
I agree, Bob. Absolutely. This has been one weird conversation.
Argue about, like, what's pi? Let's argue about what we can Google.
Anyway, Bob, I'm going to catch you all later. I'm going to get out of here. I'll give you a call a little later, Bob, if you're still up.
What's the temperature right now?
Anyway.
Let's argue about the temperature.
How much you had to drink, Eagle? I don't even know you, and I can tell you lit.
What's grad? What's tell me about inertia.
I am not getting into a spitting contest with you here, or a pissing contest.
I believe you started the pissing contest when you told me that XM ammo isn't factory second ammo that the military doesn't buy because it has dents or cracks.
Yeah, I will, Bob. Anyway, it's good to see you, Bearded. Good to see you, Tasha. You have a good evening. I'll try to jump on here another night, man. Take care, Eagle.
I liked you better in chat.
That's fine.
Now I'm up here with all my friends.
Heading out, Bearded.
What's that?
I said, are you headed out?
I mean, do you want me to go?
I'm gonna shut her down. That's what I was asking.
Well, well then by definition, I'm out.
All right, peace out.
Good night, Tasha.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Hope everybody has a great night. Don't be playing out in the snow too much because it's a little wet and yuck.